fear, just pull me away, pull me away. Secret fantasies of me. Will they ever see the light of day, light of day? I don't know where you are, but I will find you. I will find you. So if you're out there, just run until the edge and fall into me and see where this could end. Make our own life and leave this world behind. Can you hear me? Do you feel me? Wishing that I could run away with you. Imprisoned by fear, just pull me away, pull me away. Secret fantasies of me. Will they ever see the light of day, light of day?
You always want what you can't have, and what you have you can. But still, my heart, the moment I laid eyes on it. Well, how do you know? How you will feel when everything changes? You see, where will I go? Will you mean? How will I know? How do you know? Well, how do you know how you really feel when everything changes? You see, where will I go? Never you. How do you
Hello, guys, and welcome to what I believe is week 8 of the Gold Plat League here in Valanth League. Today we have an exciting set of matches for you, as always, and we're starting it off with what I would consider to be an absolute banger. We have Positive Mental Attitude currently tied for the first place position on 15 points, and just underneath them on 14 points is Ike. Both these teams going to be battling out in the first game of the stream today, so it's going to be a good one. I'm Byron again, and joining me is the wonderful, the beautiful John Joe. How you
Thank
doing?
you. I'm very good, and yeah, thanks for that nice little intro.
No
Yeah,
problem.
should be a cracker, Byron. I'm actually hella excited for this one because these are two very top teams, and from what I have seen of them so far this split, we know how good they can be.
Oh, absolutely. Both of these teams have incredibly high ceilings. They have certain players that I feel like are just a cut above the rest.
Oh yeah.
And also, I want to test you because last time I casted PMA, I had a bit of an issue with this one. Can you please pronounce PMA's top laner's name for me, please?
Um, Arabidopsis.
He's gone and done it. That's first try. That gets my
That was
applause,
quite
man.
good, but I'm gonna call him Spring because that's how I know him best. And
Yeah.
I think that's how we all know him best. Recently, well, hasn't recently, but did replace Spunners in the starting lineup of PMA and used to jungle,
Yeah,
from what I know.
was known as that solid jungler.
Hmm.
PMA they have been doing very well for themselves. This almost reminiscent of if you remember last that when Team Elite went on that fantastic run after Looney came in, feels like a little
Yeah,
bit of a continuation of that kind of roster. With
yeah.
Last being there, Laudio still being there. Gandhi was also around there, I believe, and they've just been able to create a very nice roster for that. And it
Mm,
feels like they've all very much synergized with Looney's coaching style. And if Looney has 5 players that are willing to work with him, that team is very scary.
yeah, you're definitely right. PMA do remind me quite a lot of last year's TE. Not the 08 TE, the one where they had Inequitas, Laudio, and they went on to win big. But you cannot really look away from the side of Ike either. These guys have been in quite good form recently, winning. I believe they have won their last 2 now, and
Yeah.
I know that's quite not always amazing to say,
2
but yeah,
games in a row, guys. You heard it here first.
but they are looking very impressive this split.
Yeah, they are indeed. I think their solo laners are a point that I'm really impressed by. I think
Mhm.
Valanth and Charmander, not only have they displayed the fact that they can dominate their lanes, but also they've displayed a flexibility when they can both interchange between that top and mid lane. They can pick the certain champions that work in certain matchups. And I think it helps them so much in terms of getting those advantages, getting those counter picks that they need in the draft. However, one thing I want to bring up is that
Mhm.
the bot lane right now for Ike, which I think was very strong last week with X-Trigger and Flyer, a little bit switched around. It looks like Cold Billy and X-Trigger both in the bot lane here. Now, I'm assuming, based on LCS order, that Drigger has decided to go support over Flyer and over Oscar, which I think was a very surprising decision, considering
Yeah.
the fact that I feel like Flyer and Oscar have had very good performances on Ike.
Mhm.
And so I am very interested to see how Ball Trigger step up. What are they trying to change up in this matchup versus PMA by bringing Trigger in?
Yeah, you're very right. And I think this is the thing about Ike. They've got like an 8 or 9 man roster which they can swap in and out at a moment, at a moment's glim. And they just go for it. And I actually really am excited to see Drigger on support, which we think will happen here.
Yeah, that'd be the guess indeed. Drigger does like his mages a lot of the time, so I'm interested to see if he busts out something like the brand. But
Yeah.
we'll hold out and see what he picks. Nunu will be the first ban towards Ludio, one of Ludio's favourite champions, and also, I mean, you do not want to be dealing with a Nunu. I remember seeing PMA have some nasty gank strategies last time I saw them bust out that pick. So, seeing that took away. Well, let Ike breathe a sigh of relief.
We've got a few other bans on the table as well. More Freyord champions being taken away here on this side of Ike. That's also a Braum going down.
You see, I like the Castman being taken away from Charmander. It's a very, very strong one. And also the Akali especially I like, because Charmander and Monty can both play that pick, and they can both flex around. So it becomes a real problem giving that Akali over, because you do not know which lane that's going to go in. So I appreciate that being took away.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But that is also a Viger. Charmander feeling the pressure of these bans, certainly. But Kai'Sa being hovered as that first pick, I'm not too big of a fan of a Kai'Sa first pick if they choose to do it, and they have done so. And that's because of the lack of range that Kai'Sa has. She's very abusable in the early game. I would really like to see something like Caitlyn Morgana be locked in here for that something along those lines that can outrange and poke down Kai'Sa very easily. Because Kai'Sa in the other game, when you try to step up CS, you need to make sure on the opposing lane you have something that can punish her for every single CS she goes for, and Caitlyn is the exact champion that can do that with.
Yeah, you're definitely right, and we could even see the Caitlyn Morg come out here, a very strong bot lane that we know Gandhi and Last can really play. But I think I actually quite like the Kai'Sa. I've got a very different opinion of the Kai'Sa, especially in the hands of Ike that it's in, because both of these guys in the bot lane we know can play this pick. Drigger looked very good in it last week, and Cold Billy has done more than enough in the other weeks, and he has looked very good in there.
Yeah, I think Kai'Sa's a good pick for Cold Billy. It's just something that's open to exploitation, I would say. What
Yeah, most definitely.
Is that they don't jump straight towards this Caitlyn. They can pick that next round that they have. But they take away that Orianna, which has been a huge pick for Ike. If you remember they went against WSL, the Orianna Let's Crank bot lane. Obviously it isn't going to be Orianna bot lane, the Kai'Sa's there. It is a very big pick for the side of Ike. You see it wasn't that Jarvan, so I like the takeaway. But the Jarvan being booked in means that Impress is now going to have a lot of pressure to exert over that, and has a lot of gank opportunities. So the solo lanes, especially at PMA, need to be very, very careful, because we know how much Ike likes to snowball their solo lanes, and alongside the Jarvan who can gank very easily, it makes that win condition a lot easier to activate.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And also, going back to this Orianna pick, the past time Cirez has played, we have seen him on this pick. It's something he is quite well known for, his Orianna play. So I am glad that that champion has been left up for him, because it is quite a comfort.
Yeah, but I'm very happy to see that Caitlyn locked in, because Caitlyn Morgana, obviously one of the strongest bot lanes in the game, mainly due to the fact that what Morgana can do throughout her route, that will stun them for about 1.5 seconds. Caitlyn can then put the trap underneath, stun them for even more seconds, and it means that they can lay out all this damage on top of someone whilst they can't even move. It's a
Yeah,
great bot lane.
yeah, you're definitely right.
And that isn't even including the range that this bot lane has. The amount of harass means that they very much can easily take over that bot side of the map and keep the other bot lane locked under their tower. Now, the issue with that is that they leave themselves open for jungle ganks. And with a Nautilus and a Jarvan around, it would be a very, very nice engage to have. So Ike certainly have the potential to punish that pick as the bans have come through, 2 ranged top laners away from Aerodiplosis. We're going to say Spring.
Yeah.
And, once again, another Fox pick and the Zoe being took away from Ike. So these solo lanes really being targeted by PMA, especially that mid lane. They want to make sure there is a lack of priority here. But with the silence locked in, it makes the flexibility a little bit more fun to watch because we don't know whether this silence is going into the top lane, into the jungle, or even potentially into the mid.
It could go into the mid lane. But you do have the Orianna there, and it's a staple of Syriz's. But just like Silas is a staple of Lordio's right now in the jungle. Although we have seen nerfs to this champion in patches gone by, he still he still picks this champion up for the jungle, and he still always looks really good in it. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do this game.
Yeah, and now with the Malzahar and the Jax locked in, I think we pretty much know what they're going to be going for. Big skirmish competition down the bottom side of the map, the Jarvan, the Nautilus, the Malzahar. There's a lot of CC, a lot of engaged potential. And obviously the Kaiser with the damage of the Jax split pushing. However, what I really like is the draft adaptation from PMA to pick this Shen. Because when you see a Jarvan, a Nautilus, and a Malzahar on the same team, they want to fight you mid-game. And what stops that? A big-ass shield and then a Shen dropping down. And that's exactly what Shen's ultimate standing light is going to be able to do. It's going to allow PMA to alleviate pressure on the bot side of the map and gives Last and Fatman Gandhi that extra bit of support they're going to need to push their priority onto Cold Billy and Extruder.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I also like the Shen into the Jax because Jax is a really good dueler, and with that W, Shen can negate a lot of that duel potential that Jax has. Jax likes to split push. Shen can also match that split push. He has the second TP because of his ult. I do like Shen as a pick for Spring, and Spring has looked alright on this Shen. It has been probably the third pick he does take when the Nara and Cannon are banned. So yeah, and it gives you a lot of safety, and that is what they need.
Yeah, taking these compositions kind of just like as a 5-man unit, I'm looking at PMA and they kind of have similar win conditions. They do have a decent amount of CC, but I really like the possible combos that they can pull off of Orianna, especially if there's a Shen there. He just taunts 3 people and the shockwave comes through. You all know how powerful that Orianna can be, especially in the hands of Cyrus. So their skirmishing is certainly something to slouch at, but against Ike, I feel that what they're going to be looking to do is either push through early game and try and get advantages there. I feel like in all 3 of their lanes, they have options to play aggressive and to get an advantage. Even in the Shen, Shen does do that a little bit more damage than you usually expect in the top lane. I have been caught out more than once, so keep your eyes on that. Obviously, Cyrus is known for his lane dominance in the mid lane, and then in bottom lane, it's Caitlyn Morgana and Zakaisa Nautilus. For me, Caitlyn Morgana should dominate that lane, and if they don't, then something's gone wrong. So overall, PMA, they should have the advantage early game. It's that mid game that I worry about. If they don't respect where this Jarvan, this Malzahar, this Nautilus could be hiding around those river brushes, if they haven't fully got their vision set up, that's when they start getting caught out, and that's how I get into the game. It's going to be around mid-game skirmishes and in these kind of river fights around Rift Tower, around the dragons, potentially around some first towers. That's kind of where I'm expecting this game to start exploding and where I'm expecting Ike to start flourishing as a composition.
Yeah, you're definitely right. There are some very strong lanes on the side of PMA. We've talked about this Caitlyn Morgana and how oppressive that can be. Orianna into the Malzahar. I'm not entirely sure of that matchup myself because I don't go mid too often, but I think that should be quite even. I think Orianna might have a slight advantage though, but I think all lanes are quite strong here for the side of PMA. But the scaling ability that the side of Ike do have, like we were talking, going into that mid and late game, they can do a lot of work here.
They certainly can now. Both competitions have scaling options. Let's not forget, Caitlyn is also a late game AD carry. She can do a lot of damage output there. But that's only one late game champion, really, you can say for PMA. Whereas on the other side of the rift, you're looking at Kai'Sa, who is one of the best late game ADCs you can really have. You've seen what a Kai'Sa can do on the backline with that ultimate in the late game. It's ridiculous. And then, of course, Jax, one of the best scaling set pushers in the game. It's going to get to a point where Spring in the top lane and this Shen is not going to be able to 1v1 T. And as soon as that happens, this Jax will take over. He'll run down those towers. He will destroy them thanks to his passive. And at that point, that's when the question is going to come through is that 5-man, how do we deal with a split push? And that can often really break up your communication. But now, looks like we're heading into the loading screen.
Yeah, we definitely are. And actually, I was going to touch on that Jax as well, because like we were saying, that Jax will be causing problems. That is, if he can stay safe enough in this early game, if he has a bit of a lead, that's what I'm trying to say here. If he has that lead, he can do a lot of stuff, especially onto the Shen.
And let's not forget, whilst sure, I mean, the potential of ganking of the Caitlyn Bogwan that shoved in is tempting, and definitely, you know, with Malzahar at level 6, you have to admit the Java Malzahar gank sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
But also keep in mind that Jarvan could very much gank the top lane, give 1C a little bit of an edge in that matchup, and then it puts Spring in a really tough position if you're behind as a Shen, because you can either try and exert pressure elsewhere and help your team out, but then sacrifice all those platings top lane to Jax, which you really don't want to do. Or you sit in lane and just slowly but surely lose out in the matchup. And either way, it does feel like a lose-lose if that guy comes through and is successful from Impress. So Spring needs to make sure he keeps his top lane stable at the very least in this early game.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And like talking about this Malzahar, he has that ult, and like we were saying, the ganks from Jarvan can become deadly. But I would prefer to see him in this top and bot lane, the Jarvan, giving more support to the duo in the bot side, and especially the Jax, like we were saying, get him through that early game. But looking across the field onto the side of PMA. I'd like to see Lordio farm up till level 6 quite quickly, because there are a load of really good ults he can steal here. There's the Malzahar ult, the Jarvan, even Kai'Sa, getting him onto that backline quite quickly.
See, I'd argue one of the best to have is the depth charge from North.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
depth
you have
charge.
to think, if Cold Billy gets caught out by a depth charge, he tries to run away, he knocks off all his team members, he tries to go in, he dies. You know, like, it's a great ultimate to have. You can lock down and you can get it onto that key target in the team fight. You can change it. I think that's one of the big ones to look at. But obviously, plenty, you know, the Never Grasp is always going to be huge. Cataclysm, like you talked about. You know, Lordio has a lot of options here, and I feel like especially one thing I want to hone in on is the early dueling in the jungle. I feel like Lordio does win out against Impress. It's more Impress's gank power pre-6 is where the biggest advantage here is in the jungle. I want to see Impress make ganks happen and make them happen a little bit more early on. Make sure that Lordio can't get on the map as fast as him, and then start snowballing his lanes and setting them up before Lordio can get to the point where he's like, okay, yeah, I'll take you on, I'll fight you. And starts like puffing out his chest.
Yeah, that it really is going to be a game of who can get the best out of these two junglers. Where are the junglers going to go? We're going to be looking at it, people like Impress and Lordia to make those impacts. And it looks like we will be out of this pause in a moment.
Yep, the R's are being thrown in chat. I do appreciate the pause because I do take a little bit of time getting into the game.
You are in, aren't you?
Yeah, we're definitely
we all good.
Yeah,
cool.
I see the pause. Yeah, that is one thing to note. 2 stopwatches for the Orianna and the Morgana. I want to make sure they can dodge some of that CC. In terms of summoners to note, Impress has decided to opt for the Conqueror over something like the Electrocute or the Aftershock, because some of the moves you've typically seen. And the Conqueror usually means that Jarvan does want to duel in the jungle, want to try and take those 1v1 fights. And I'm not too sure if you want to do that against Lordio. I think I'm a little bit worried for Impress taking that rune. What it does mean is that if he does end up in one of those duels, he has that extra boost, and that might be what he needs with the assistance of a teammate to get him out and to him to punish Lordio for trying to invade.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way. We have the 5-man stack here in the bot side bush, and it does look like I could just line up as normal, just go standard.
I do appreciate that as the ping goes towards that Tribush in the top lane, but
Yeah, they are a bit worried.
looks like they won't follow at all. But
No.
standard stats in the jungle is just that they're both going to be. Oh, I say that Lordio's actually going to be starting top side, so mirroring their paths, I guess. Both going to be in that red buff. We'll see where each jungler wants to go. I would like to see Impress try and make a gank happen on bot early, and kind of take away some of the oomph out of this Caitlyn Morgana lane. Because if you're able to get take away a few flashes or a heal, or even just like pressure that lane, it will help out Cold Bloody and Trigger so much in the early game. Because Caitlyn Morgana, if they don't let up, it will be hell for this Kai'Sa. But as soon as you're able to give yourself a bit of breathing room, get some of that CS, it's going to mean the world.
I definitely agree. This could be quite a hard lane for the bot lane of Ike here. Because, yeah, speaking about the lane of Caitlyn Morgana.
I mean, we've also got to talk about, this is Trigger. He isn't typically a support player. So that's another thing that not only is he kind of fresh to the role in terms of competitive, but also keep in mind that he's having to play a very tough matchup, which is a melee ranged engaged support into Caitlyn Morgana, and you're seeing the problem here. He does not.
It is impressed though. He is looking. He has the double buffs, gets the knockup, and in goes Trigger with the flash. Last having to flash away there. I think he will just survive. The heals on him. 2 sums burnt by the side of PMA there.
And there you go. That's exactly what I wanted to see from Impress. Make that gank happen early in the bottom lane. Force those summoners out of Caitlyn, and now last, low health. No flash, no heal, needs to be careful. This Nautilus will be very happy to try and make that dredge line connect. Do bear in mind though, there is that black shield available, so Last still has a little bit of a cushion to rely on, but it is, relying on his teammates to remember that button exists. Which will be pain.
Yeah, you're definitely right there, Byron.
Looks like Lordio waiting for the Scuttle Crab here in the topside river. Chooses to leave in the end. I thought he might make a gank happen, but he is just going to be farming up, like he said. Trying to get to that level 6 as fast as possible.
I'll tell you what though, that bot side gank by Impress that early was really, really well played, considering they actually blew both the last summoners, and it was only Trigger who blew his. And here is the Jarvan again down in the bot side route. Onto the Kai'Sa, the flash by Impress. He misses the flag drag. One more auto will do it. He gets the first blood, but he's also going to die. Yandy having a flash away. And it's a 1-for-1 trade, but Impress does pick up the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you really want to see last. And Gandhi can't use this Caitlyn Morgana to their full effect if they keep getting ganked. Because they can't exert that priority and push up when they're not going to be able to establish that vision to feel safe in that lane to push up. Because of this, despite the fact they have what should be an incredibly dominant matchup, it's Cold Billy who's up a good 15 CS already at 4 minutes, thanks to the fact that Last has just been zoned completely off the lane, thanks to Impress's moves in the jungle.
Yeah, again by Impress, I'm really good. It's really refreshing to see him down in this bot lane and helping them through this lane. And it's, in the end, has paid off with the first blood and a gold lead down there.
Yeah, it's really impressed me. Looking around other areas of the map, as my game's been freezing like hell, I do apologise.
It's all good, mate.
Good old me. We do see that Impress is positioning around that top side, possibly looking for something. But
yeah.
Unable to get much. And I would have liked to see that gank happen, but top lane right now is actually going quite well for 1T. If you look at the CS that he's got, that ain't too bad.
He has done quite well for himself early. He is pushing in the wave to spring, and Lordio is on the top side, but it does seem to be quite low there. Or at least middle health. So I don't know whether he'll want to look to gank this.
Oh, bear in mind, Ludwig does have that nasty W.
Yeah, the
To heal
heal.
up. So do be aware of that. But then again, you don't really want to be close to a Jack. That isn't exactly the proximity you want to fight in. So we'll see if he chooses to. I bet he will. As I'm trying to get back into this game. I'm fighting spectator client. 2 from now.
Yeah, it's okay, Byron. And Wonder is going a bit trading on to spring in the top side. That's the Shen damage for you. It can still do a lot with the buffs to his Q damage, and a ignite goes down by Drigger onto Gandhi. I think just for a bit of poke damage there. It wasn't. I thought they might go for the all in, but they have called it off.
Yeah, they have for now. It looks like positioning around the mid lane for Impress, but unable to make much happen there. I do love how this bot lane is just going so well for Copley and Trigger, because this Kate and Morgana, I really liked it. I think it was going to punish the Kaiser notes excellently. But the issue is, Last and Gandhi didn't really put any wards down at the start. That was a fatal mistake, because then Impress goes and ganks, and as soon as the summoners are burned, you can't be pushing up as far as you'd want to as that Kate and Morgana. They don't think about that. They go push up the same amount and then they die for it. And now they're down CS, against a lane they should be hard winning. And it's a tough spot to play from, because now Cold Billy is given this. He's kind of a nice little road set out for him now towards those first few items, which are very important to get as Kaiser to give yourself that first bit of that team fight damage that you really want to want.
Yeah, you're definitely right. We know the sort of builds Kaisers have been going at the moment. It's like the Mana Moon crap and everything. It depends what he will go here. I have seen a number of different builds come out, and this is what makes this Kaiser so unique as a AD carry and as a pick in the bot lane. I think she can go with a number of different items. You've got the AD sort of build with the IE. You've got this Mana Moon build. You've got the Ginsu's build. There's all kinds of stuff you can build on this woman, and she always seems to do just fine with it.
Yeah, one thing that I've seen recently is the dual wield pickaxes. Now, I'm not sure the exact reasoning for that, but it's something to keep your eyes out for. I think it's because it builds into a lot of different items that Kaiser wants to build, and it also allows her to get those stats she desperately needs to try and get the upgrades on her abilities. It's usually where the builds are centered around anyways. But just look at the fact that it's the Caitlyn and Morgana being zoned off the wave right now. That's mad to see. It is something I really like, because they're unable to secure the vision they need to. They're going to be constantly in front of Impress, which means they can't do what they want to do in box Cold Billy and Trigger on the tower, which means this Kaiser is able to get all the CS she wants.
That, like we were saying, that is the big CS lead early on for this Kaiser, and we can just go back to the first ganks that really caused this. Impress put so much early pressure down here that it could have almost won them this lane, or pretty much has at this point. But we'll have to see, as Drigger is going for a little bit of engage.
Yeah, he is, but Black Shield is Black Shield, and does mean that nothing will happen in that bot lane trade, unfortunately.
Black Shield is Black Shield, Byron.
You literally can't argue. That is the biggest fact you will ever hear. Black Shield is indeed Black Shield.
It is pretty annoying ability.
You literally can't argue with that. But we're seeing quite even mid lane right now. Chamberlain and Sarah is very happy to have this kind of farm lane happen. I feel like Malzai are happy with that, just shoving in, doing Azahar things, and I feel like Sarah's would be the one who really wants to start exerting his priority somewhere soon, and trying to get an edge in this 1v1. But we haven't really seen that yet, and that worries me a little bit.
Yeah, well, we haven't really seen either jungler go mid, especially with the amounts of damage and CC they can provide in a tandem. But we might actually see something here. And Charmander checking out the brush and having to flash away. Luckily getting away with that passive of his. More than anything.
I like that little move there. Oriana and Silas moving around as that duo. And there's still the aggressive positioning here.
Yeah, they might even look for more here. Bursting that shield on Charmander was pretty huge.
It was indeed, but if you look at that flash, Lordio was forced to use it. So it does mean that he's not going to have that for potential gank opportunities and could get caught out as Impress and Trigger. They want a piece of this river action.
Actually, Byron, a key thing to notice is the Nethergrass was picked up by Silas.
Oh.
Yeah, the Mazahar ult coming through for Lordio. So I really want to see him use this. But I don't know whether it'll time out before he gets anywhere.
Yeah, the question is where he use it, is my question to you, because it's going to be hard to use on the Mazahar, it's going to be hard to use it in the duo lane, it's going to be hard. I think Jax is probably your best bet. I was to ask you, but obviously Gagi bot lane always going to be an opportunity there.
Yeah.
The age-old jungler strategy.
Yeah, considering the Drake is down there, I'm kind of glad they are looking for it. Oh, the Jax ult has gone down here. Wanty is going to look for this, but he's getting out damaged by that Shen. Still stuff going in on the top side. Death charges come through. Gandhi spell shield in, but the Lordio, the Nethergrass, coming up big, and last just snipes him down.
And there you go. Kaina Morgana has that great engage potential, and then alongside the Silas, you see, does get knocked up at the start, but the Nethergrass means the trio cannot go anywhere. And that's going to allow them to start shoving into the tower, and finally you can see what Kaina Morgana, has the potential to do.
Yeah, really nicely played there by Lordio. And no, I don't know if they realised that Impress was on this top side of the map, but yeah, taking the Drake at that point was just textbook as well.
Yes, indeed. As I'm also been impressed by Spring. I think he's done a good job in this top lane, kind of holding it off Wanty, and you saw the trade there, and out damaging him. I thought that was quite impressive, but still, I don't know how satisfied you are just going even, because Wanty's going to outscale you. The question is, what can you really do about it as a Shen?
And actually impressed taking a trade there with the Rift Herald, and it looks like PMA didn't even take a look at that at all. But that should give them a load of pressure, especially while the turret plates are still up. I would like to see him use that. Yeah,
the amount of gold you can cash in on, and with that Rift Herald with the platings up, is very, very big. I think mid lane's a good place to look because of Mazahar's pushing power. And you could also potentially look for a really skank bot, and then use that to snowball into the first tower, but I don't know how realistic that is, considering Impress is currently on the other side of the map.
Yeah. It depends. It really does depend. I think you will use the Rift Herald mid, considering how low. I would like to see him use it in a set, because yeah, here it is right now. Nice job.
I get to look at a nice frozen screen. I need to look at what this bug is about, because this happened last week too, when my spectator just keeps freezing. And I can't move it.
I had that problem before. I can't exactly remember what the issue was in the end. I think it just had something to do with I don't know, internet speeds or something. But they have used that mid, and I believe they did get some plates for it. Yeah, they took at least 2 off there, which was really well for them, and has got them up in gold once again.
And bear in mind, we talked about at the start of this game how Ike probably have the better scaling composition. And right now, they're the ones up in gold at 14 minutes there. They're looking quite confident in this early game where I was expecting the PMA to have the biggest advantage. It's kind of fell flat, and that's a worry for me.
I know what you mean. They have got the 2-1 Caitlyn for last, but apart from that, not a lot has really gone on for them early. But we could see some action here as 4 members are rotating down this bot side, Byron.
Yeah, it's a potential thing they can look for. What I have to see is...
Although, that does leave the mid turret just open for Malzahar. I mean, does he get that? No, he's going to back off. Oh no, he does. He just picks up first turret. Simple as that. The roam down fails and he has picked up that gold.
Yeah, great awareness there from Coldbloody and its trigger to know, okay, let's just back off. Let Malzahar get the push, and then first turret goes over to the Malzahar. Bring it now. Like, they're sitting on a 1.5k gold lead despite the fact that they're down in kills, which is a very impressive, play from them to know when to push their lanes, know how to secure those objectives that are very necessary, like that Rift Herald, and it's shown in this mid game they've known how to assign their players.
Most definitely. It really does make you think, and I guess this is what we're going to see from this game. Was bringing Drigger in on support a stroke of genius?
Well, the thing is that Drigger is a big shot caller. The issue is he's always been on roles like ADC or mid lane, which aren't typical shot caller roles. On support, it's very easy. It's a lot easier for him to control what's happening on the map. I feel like maybe it is a stroke of genius, and if they've been able to synergize well, it's been working.
It has. I've been impressed with him so far. He has had one death, but I don't know what he's doing shot calling wise because we haven't got comms, of course. But from what I know with Drigger, 100% he's making some calls.
Oh yeah, he's definitely saying something.
Yeah.
Whether or not that something is good or not, we don't know, but it is something.
We will see the Manamane build though come out for Kai'Sa here.
Yeah, it's about what I expected, and you also got the pickaxe hanging about.
That's what you were saying.
So it is going to be that Kai'Sa build that we've seen pop up lately. It is advantages in literally every lane right now for Ike. You look at that, and it feels like if you're PMA, you usually when you talk about a team coming back into the game of kind of fresh life, you're looking at like one or two certain players who are like the ones who are ahead. But right now, it just feels like PMA are just slowly falling behind tempo. But as I'm talking about that, what I really like, they're making a play, they're doing something, and that's the Dragon. They're able to split for themselves, get something on the map, and then they're going to use this priority to head down bot lane. I think that's great.
Yeah, another Drake on the top side. Drigger's going to get caught up by the Nethergrass coming in from Lordio. He's looked very positive on this Silas so far, stealing both times the Malzahar ult, and that was just really nice.
Yep, it was indeed. But keep in mind that mid lane is still left completely open. It's so pushed in, and it's meaning that Malzahar to help us to secure the Scuttle Crab with the top side river. Yeah, either a free back here or we'll push in, depending on what he wants to do.
I think they just take this. Although a TP is coming in, and they're going to look for an engage. Shenel is coming down. The Nethergrass also goes down. That's a shutdown onto the Caitlyn now. Big toys there, and Spring is in the party as well, trying to take down Impress. One, he is TP'd in. That's a double kill for Billy. In, he's going for more. That's one more onto Charmander, and what a nice little gank in this bot lane.
That was a really nice TP from Charmander. I thought, is he backing? What's he doing? My game froze, and then all of a sudden, there he goes in the bot lane, and he's making the plays, and I really like that. They're playing around the strong side of the map, and now they secure themselves in their turret. They're now near about 3.5k gold ahead. You've got Cold Billy looking insane on this Kai'Sa right now. Like you talked about, I wasn't a fan of the Kai'Sa first pick, and I thought it was going to get abused, but I tell you what, Ike was doing a really good job of protecting it and making sure it gets ahead. And because of that, now you've got a Kai'Sa who's at a 2-item power spike at 19 minutes. And this is the point where I'm like, okay, that first pick's worth, because now this Kai'Sa is a massive threat and will not cease to be a threat until the game's over.
No, you're definitely right. But how much of that was down to Impress in this bot side? I think he did a wonderful job early game to protect Kai'Sa, to get these guys on the Caitlyn and the Morgana, just ship them off to Uzbekistan out with this lane. I don't even know where that came from, but whatever. The death charge being
used. All
used
the countries in the world.
Yeah, Uzbekistan. Oh well. They're gonna try to take down Drigger. This could be another death to the support. The flash, Nethergrass coming through though. Charmander picking him up. No, it goes actually over to Kai'Sa, but they're looking for more. Shutdown onto the Malzahar though. Charmander does take one down in the revenge killing. And Lordio is actually coming in here. Impress is here. The Spring is trying to get through, but no, he wasn't actually. Lordio is trying to kill them all. Cold Billy picking up a few more kills for himself. 4-0 now.
Yeah, wow. I mean, this Kaiser. I mean, great play by Charmander there with the flank there. I'll give him that. Still, I can't stop talking about Cold Billy because now he's 4-on-4. He has 100% kill participation. This game has revolved around this Kaiser, and now that's only a 6k gold lead as we're seeing him knock down yet another tower. That's 3 towers to nothing. Feels like PMA just like keep trying to make a move, and then Ike like, okay, now I activate my trap card, and then there's a flank from Malzahar or something, or a TP, and it's like, it feels like they're not respecting the global pressure that Ike have, and that's weird to say considering they're the ones with the Shen, you know?
Yeah, I actually thought the Shen had ulted in there, but it's because of this Hextech. Is it the Hextech skin Impress has got?
I'm not too sure.
Because it's the colour scheme, man. I think that is Hextech Jarvan. And because Spring's got the bloody Pulse Fire Shen, it looked like he'd ulted in, but no, he didn't have it off cooldown. And yeah, really nice play there by the Malzahar, actually. I really liked him coming in, flashing in, onto Caitlyn, taking the last stand. And I think he actually took down the Morgana as well with the bloody Space Age crap. What is it? Malefic Visions.
Yeah, you've gone and done it. Beautiful. And now, you know, Ike are in a really good position because now it is full mid-game, and we already talked about how much the competition spikes in the mid-game. They have the Jarvan, Malzahar, Nautilus, pick potential. We saw it in those team fights. They're able to lock down members so easily. And when they're able to do this, it means that Cold Billy's freed up to do so much damage. I wish I could just like do it in like LECO at Worlds, just like bring up the damage stats, you know, see how much they've done already. Because I reckon Cold Billy must have been doing. He's easily the most in the game, surely.
Yeah, but it looks like Wanty could be in a bit of a pickle here. Silas is looking for him. He's on the 2v1, but Impress is actually here as well. The ult with stolen Grandmaster's Might coming through. Shen ult down onto Lordio. Impress has gone in on him with the Cataclysm, but he comes through. Impress is 20'd up. They aren't going to look for him, but they almost savior there by Impress, but Wanty does go down on this Jax.
Yeah, it's a 1 for nothing, unfortunately, but because of the priority they're able to gain off of bot lane, it does mean that they're able to score the dragon.
And they're actually looking, Gandhi just getting caught in the crossfire, being completely wiped off the map there.
He got melted. That's safe to say. I think disintegrated is probably the best word for that one. That health bar trickled down. It's once again, it's down to the lockdown that's available alongside the damage that Kai'Sa has. Because Kai'Sa's so far ahead, not only are you able to keep someone in a place for days, but because you're able to layer all the Kai'Sa damage on top, you don't need to use all that CC on one person now. You can use it on multiple different people whilst Kai'Sa just kills everyone. Like, and it's great that they don't have to layer all their CC and focus on one person at a time. It feels like they could just kill one person, move on, kill one person, move on. It isn't like they have to be like, okay, everything for one person and then we leave. Like that isn't how the competition works now. And you know what? That's a Nash's Tooth. That's 3 items now for the Kai'Sa. At 23 minutes.
Compared to last here on the Caitlyn, having to actually pick up the Malzahar tax, taking the QSS quite early on here, but does have the completed IE, which is very nice for him.
Oh yeah, you can QSS Malzahar, can't you?
You can't.
Yeah, I think the plans.
Hence why Cirez didn't take it in this matchup.
I've done that before, way too many times.
No, I know that people just do that.
It's a natural thing, but in terms of ways PMA get back into this game, there are definitely ways. I mean, if he fights up, he's always going to be a beast. Lordio is still very strong, but he's 3-1-2. He's doing a great job. You know, he's a very strong duelist. If he can catch someone out on their own, he can very easily kill them. Cyrez, of course, it's the buff to Oriana. That shockwave is always going to be huge, and if he can land on 3 or 4 people, that can flip a fight. And you know, with Shen and Morgana doing that kind of feeling, I could see a fight going the way of PMS. Though it's just going to take a lot of effort and dare I say, a little bit of luck in that team fight. In order to come out on top.
I think the crucial thing is landing this Oriana roll on Billy and on Charmander. It's not one the other. You want to completely hit these carries of Ike, and it looks like they're just going to start up the Baron here. They have Shen ult available, and TP is on Wanty as well, but They might just try to rush this down. The Oriana ball is in the pit right now. The shockwave comes through, huge damage, but Impress does smite it down. Nicely done by him there, and Gandhi misses the Q.
Yeah, unfortunately he does, and now, like, just back off. They've secured that Baron. It was a very nice sneak by them. And what I like is that they know now they can just like take fights versus PMA, and so they didn't have to play to like dance around this Baron and make sure it was 100%. And that's something that frustrates me from a lot of teams, even at the highest level of the players. That there'll be a lot of times when they could just go for the Baron because they know they won the fight. And they'll just be able to end the game at like 25, 26 minutes. And then they'll just sit and bounce around mid lane for 20 more minutes, and it's like, just do Baron. Or at least get some vision around it, like, come on.
Yeah.
It's a frustration of mine, but it's something that happens, you know, when you play the game.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but this Jax is getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on, Byron. I'm sorry to talk about it, but look, that's a 2-item Jax now, and they're both of the big items you want on him. Spear of Sojin and the Trinity Force coming through. Like, when the Grandmaster's Might gets popped, this guy's huge.
Yeah,
and a Cataclysm coming through by Impress, but this one also going out. The Flash comes through from Charmander, and he will take him down. Wanty is going in as well. He used the Grandmaster's Might there too. That's 3 ults burnt. Drigger misses the Flash Hook. That is 3 ults burnt on the side of Ike though, and they are going to look to siege this tower.
Yes, they are indeed. Like, I don't know what siege happened, but what I like there is not only now do we have a really strong Jax of 2 items, we have a really strong Jax of 2 items and a Baron buff. And that's what I mean, he can take over whichever lane he wants to. And you see it right here, it's almost reverse what I was expecting to see. But you have 4 members pushing down the side lane and Jax pushing down the mid lane. You can't answer both at the same time because of those Baron buff minions coming down, unless you want to have a numbers disadvantage.
And they're going in on Gandhi, and he just gets popped. But Lordio could actually be huge here. He does have the death charge available. He needs Oriana by him, but the Zonius comes down. A big shockwave takes down 2 in the middle, but Drigger isn't going down, and Lordio will actually die instead here. And that's not a good sign for the side of PMA.
Yeah, it's really not. Like, fucking so dominant here now in these fights. Gonna be able to take down inhibitor number 1.
The Nether Grasp is also used on Oriana. Cold Billy is getting another kill onto Caitlyn. A 1v1 kill coming through. He has the Zonias for the tower. Are they gonna look to kill him here? I think they have, yeah. Oriana taking him down. Shen is trying to get away from all of this. They're tanking up the tower, but I think they could just look for double inhibs here and get the hell out of there. But no, they want the game.
I mean, look at the minion waves. They have a lot of minions there. But
they do.
Eventually are going to back off. I think that could have been possible, but it was a little bit too risky without your AD carry there.
Most definitely.
Because Cold Billy is the vast majority of your damage.
Huge right now, yeah.
So without that, you could become a little bit of a struggle, but they're able to peel off, they're able to spin themselves another Mounting Dragon, which means those Nexus Tower is going to take a little bit more damage. Which would be very, very nice to hear. Now, a 2 inhibitors down is going to box PMA in their base, which essentially gives free reign for Ike to just roam all about this map, take over whichever they may want to, ward anywhere they want to. And, you know, I'm very excited for it because, you know, if they play how they've been doing the last 10 minutes, they've been playing some fantastic macro.
Yeah.
And I feel like with this kind of control, they should be able to close out.
You'd have thought, but look at the gold difference here. I think that's around 7 or 8k. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You're the mathematician, aren't you?
That's about 8k, yeah.
Thank you, Byron. If they can get the fight right, I don't reckon PMA are out of this completely. You're going to need a huge shockwave to do it, and you're going to have to take down Cold Billy. But I don't know. It's hard to bet against PMA.
The thing is that with Ike, is that they, as you saw in a base,
and the Nether Grasp actually being used there again, but we do have the QSS coming through from the Caitlyn.
Yeah, and the big thing to think about there is that what I really like about Ike is that they know when to back off. You saw it in the base when Cupbeady goes down, you'd think, oh great, win 5 PMA. It just means that they back off and they've still got, they've destroyed 2 inhibitors of yours. You know what I mean? Now what I like is they're doing a 3-1-1 here, keeping 3 people on the top side, having one hover around the mid lane and then one in the bot lane. And it means that they're going to be able to pressure PMA on all 3 fronts. Once again, splitting focus, splitting people across that base of PMA. And when you're able to do that, you're going to slowly but surely be able to chip away at those objectives. This is what macro play looks like, and that's what you want to see now. The question is, can they execute? Because it very much can end badly if someone overextends in this kind of setup, especially if one team decides, oh, I'm going to go hit those Nexus first. They look pretty nice.
And that's exactly what Jax is doing. Lordio knows they're going to have to engage, or Jax just finishes the game here. But they're all going to get burst down. A huge shockwave comes through from Sirez, but it's not going to be enough, you guys. Last is still firing hard, but he does get caught up, and Jax is just ending the game. Sirez the only one alive for the side of PMA, and tell me what, I have bloody well done it.
They have indeed. They took down the people right above them, and it means they are now tied with positive mental attitude. They are both 15 and 4 coming into the middle of week 8. Well played. They've got a bit of a resurgence going about them, and they looked very, very confident doing it in this game. I've been very impressed. And Cole looked fantastic in that game, and if he's able to put performances like that up consistently, then Ike can beat anyone as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the thing is here, you've got to be banning that Kai'Sa away from Ike. They've got 2 very, very good players on this Kai'Sa. Drigger can do it. Cole Billy's just shown he can do it. I think it's got to be ban-worthy in some sense.
But I'll tell you what. I want you to look at the damage trap here, because I was very clearly wrong about something. Because Kai'Sa didn't even do the most damage on a team.
Was it Malzahar?
Malzahar did 18k damage, whilst Cole did 14k. So, well played to Charmander for being able to get that sustained damage going. And, being a sleeper OP, you didn't really notice what he was doing in a lot of that game, but those Nevergrass did come in clutch. And, maybe I was just sleeping on him. But, I mean, Cold Billy, obviously, he looked amazing in that game.
He definitely did. And you're beating out one of the best bot lanes in Gold Plat of Last and Gandhi.
And not only are you beating out the best bot lane, one of the best bot lanes in the tournament in Last and Gandhi, you're beating them out when you're playing Kai'Sa Nautilus and they're playing Caitlyn.
You are playing the weaker lane, yeah.
That is very, very impressive from Colt Billy and Drigger. And like I said, if they're able to keep up those performances, they can beat anyone, because that's a fantastic performance to be able to come out on top in that lane.
It definitely is, and I believe that is that full kill, full 100% KP for Cold Billy there.
It is indeed. He's part of that kill.
I don't think there's any other word for it, mate. I think that's MVP status right there.
It has to be, yeah.
He was huge.
I think honorable mention to Impress. I think he did a lot in terms of getting that bot lane ahead, getting on that map ahead. Like I said, he had to do it in the early game. You need to make those things happen early on, otherwise Lordio will start to take over. And you know what? He makes those ganks happen early on. He plays a great game plan, and it means that his team is able to be led to victory. So well played to pretty much everyone. On like he's gone.
Yeah.
But
so Byron.
So
are we gonna call this Drigger support pick a master plan, or what?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how important Drigger was.
No, neither do I. But
I don't know. I feel like
he could have been very important. Who knows?
I think he's the most interchangeable member of all the 5 there. I think Monty did a good job at just holding off Strain, making sure he couldn't make those global plays, and if he did, punishing him for it. But Drigger, I feel like that could have been Flyer or Oscar.
I think it could have been, but there must have been a reason they'd pick Drigger.
Yeah, unless those 2 aren't available.
Yeah, unless they're just not available. Anyway, I think I have a very good reason to be happy here. I am PMA, obviously not too impressed, and I know someone who won't be very impressed in all. That is that man, of course, Looney. But yeah. That's game 1, Byron.
Yep, it is indeed. Join us back for game 2 in the next few minutes. Don't go anywhere. It will be Deja Vu Tang Clan taking on Claytrons. So don't leave your asses off your seats.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
See ya.
You just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep. Now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's done I'll be gone. When you're home, always hanging by your phone. Do I even know you? And I get paranoid sometimes, 'cause I know that you ain't mine, and I'm lost without you. You still be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see no tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's done, I'll be
I'm not gonna lie to you kids, it's a fucking jungle out there. Keep your head on tight, unknown brain and mind me, baby, let's do it. Y'all see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a few on, the commander and the chief on my crew on, bullets rattling and whistle at your toque, never sleep, eyes open, hands clutching on my throat, it's a war zone. It's a war zone. Yo, it's a motherfucking war zone. The impact, yeah, break it open, leaving nothing fucking intact. Hey yo, you been hacked, you're safe hiding, but I found it, homie, been cracked. But ain't nothing inside. Hey yo, we been back, your band stacking, see you flexing with the thin stack. Flexing know that we on. Hey bitch, you been whacked, I kill 'em all, feel a motherfucking impact. Yo, this a war zone, homie, say you ready and prepared. Take a minute, make them aware. Well, I be sneaking in the back, but it's one to clap, homie, life ain't fair. Caught me crawling through the mud with a vision, saw it clearly. Born a shepherd to these sheep, make them fear me. This a war zone, trenched out, trap house, nothing ever given. Yeah, every day's a blessing, thank the Lord, oh how I'm living. See me riding with my top down, all cops round, pedal pressing on the gas. I don't think I'll ever stop.
girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to week 8 of the Valanth League Gold Plat Division. Quick update in terms of scores. Deja Vu Clan are coming into this game. Bear in
Probably
mind,
quick.
they're around a mid-table team. They just took down OP Nerds, who were sitting low on top of the table, which has caused now a three-way tie. Deja Vu Clan had a great performance. Specifically, Arbish had a pop-up performance in that game. So keep your eyes on here, because we're now able to follow the storyline of Deja Vu Clan through the rest of the stream. Now, the biggest criticism of them is that they've been a very inconsistent team. We've seen them lose to Bob, and now they just beat OP Nerds. So we don't know which version we're going to see today. Now, they should be on top form. That's what we're expecting. But Claytrons, we've seen them make upsets before. And I'm just excited to see this game now, because hearing that result has made me so excited, Jonjo.
Yeah, well, to be in fact, I don't think they ever did lose to Bob, but they're the sort of team that would, and then they just smash someone like PMA. They're a really weird team, but that's what you want to root for. You want to root for the weird team that does amazing stuff, and then does something rubbish. It's quite cool.
Listen. As someone who supports Aston Villa and Origin, no, you do not want to support them like that, because you know what they're capable of,
And then they just don't deliver.
and then you walk in when they're against like Burnley, and it's like, come on. We took Tottenham to like 80 minutes of a proper good game, and then we lose to Burnley. But there you go. You know that's my little rant over. As the bans have come through, and it's big jungle bans towards Shenzhen, making sure he doesn't have one of those big priority ganking junglers in the early game. Java and Lilies both took away there. I also like the Dinger ban, because I can imagine Arbish is a very big Dinger player in that bot lane. But also the Syndra. Keep in mind, Arbish is a big Mage player in the bot lane, and Syndra, it has been known recently to be dropping into that bot lane, so it is a very big flex pick. So keep your eyes on that Syndra.
Arbish definitely can play anything. I'm really excited to see what Mike plays. Papa Sexy, as his name is now. I just love this bloke. He's full of the craziest stuff when it comes to junglers. So, to be honest with you, I really want to see what he's got in his locker today.
But what we can do to tone down the crazy a little bit is talk about the Zyra Khan that has been locked in for Osprey and Valkyrie, because that's a nice, stable, strong lane. A little bit like what Theresa May said our leadership would be like, but we're not gonna go there. And that bot lane could be quite explosive. Now I say could. I'm going to change that to it will be explosive, because I look on the other side of the rift and I see a Malphite Pyke as the two next. Now Pyke, he's got to be bot lane. Like if he goes top lane, I think DVT.
I don't know though.
I've seen it top. I think it was Data
Sophia. Yeah, Sophia and Cloud can play it.
But I'm not a fan of Pyke and solo lanes nowadays. I really don't think it has the wave clear to be able to hold its own. And I feel like if you have someone who's strong and can roam about, then Pyke suffers a lot, because he needs to roam too. But if he can't get to the point where he can roam, it's over. And the Malphite, I feel like is the kind of a fight split between jungle and top.
Have you seen Sophia's Pyke though? I swear it's Sophia. If I've got the wrong person here, it's someone on DVT.
No, I think it's Sophia, because I remember watching.
It is, yeah.
I think I remember watching them play Ike, and they took Pyke top lane to someone's Renekton.
He is godly on this champion. I do have to say he is very good. But he's solo lane Pyke in the end, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. And I do like it though if it is going bot lane into the Rakan, because Rakan does not deal well with hook champions that can get him out of that kind of like pattern of him. Oh, I can go in with a grand entrance and just dip back out. If there's a champion that can disrupt that with some CC, like a Nautilus, like a Leona is what you typically see, but a Pyke can also serve that job, then this Rakan goes from a really slippery engaged champion to fresh meat delivered straight to your doorstep. So we'll see what happens there. But the Gragas Orianna combo, another deadly one. Especially if the Gragas goes that AP option, then the burst damage is incredible from that duo. And I really, really like what Patrons have drafted for themselves. It's a really, really, I'd say, solid composition. Has plenty of engaged potential. So has a lot of options as to how it wants to play the game, despite the fact they've locked in 4 of their 5 champions. And this 5th pick can allow them to still be very flexible as to what they want to choose here. But the Akali has been locked in for their Deja Vu Tech big flex pick, can go into the mid lane, can go into the top lane. We'll see what they lock in last, because it will reveal where this Pyke's going. I really don't want this Pyke to be going into the top lane.
God. I don't know.
Okay, thank God. Now, the Scions come through. Bear in mind, Scion support is still a thing.
That isn't going top. That is not going top, Byron. I don't think it is, anyway. This is why I love DVT, man. My guys, it's just smashing draft phase, just like that. We see standard, if you look at Clay T, and then we zoom over to DVT, who are on another planet.
Now,
it's great.
Now I'm gonna bring something out here. Now I really like Syndra Pyke as a lane. I really love that.
It could be explosive, and I think that's what you were saying.
But I want to bring up one pick that I don't think I've seen for probably about a year now, and that's the Maokai.
Oh, the tree.
Now, oh god, I swapped it. Oh, but I think Corinne's very good in play support. If that's the case. I'm just going to let Deja Vu Tech do their own thing. Let's talk about a nice, stable composition to the right of your screen. And this Maokai, it hasn't been picked up for, I'd say, about years now, because there's just been better tanks. And it's obviously not really been a tank meta in the first place. And to see it being picked up, I'm surprised they chose the Maokai over something like necessarily a Mundo, maybe, or a Poppy, those kind of champions that are available. I'm interested to see why they opted for this Maokai. If I could ask them,
probably spread some idea of why.
Give us that top lane knowledge, John.
Well,
come on.
I don't think that Clay T over here, the poor blokes, knew that this was going to be a mid lane Scion with TP and Smite. I reckon.
Wait.
Yeah, that is a mid lane Scion with TP and Smite, Byron. That's what Cloud does.
Okay, we'll deal with that in a second.
We'll deal with that in a sec. I reckon they think this Scion is going top. Maokai can work into Scion because you can W when he Qs, and Scion's really annoying when he Qs. He's like really, really annoying. It's horrible. So you W that, and then you can get behind him, slap him with your tree trunk, and you do a nice little trade. And that, I've used that. I believe I've played that lane a few times, and Maokai is quite a nice pick into Scion. But yeah, now that the pike's gone up there, Maokai might not be the nicest of picks.
Yeah. Now, okay. So like you know that picture of the dog with the house on fire, and it just says, "I'm fine."
Yeah.
That's what we're like right now, because I am okay. Now we can start to I guess, attempt to dissect what Deja Vu Clan have picked.
Yeah.
Now, we can focus first on the bot lane, which I think is going to be Syndra Pike, and it's going to be Akali top.
No.
Do you think it's going to be Akali support?
I think it's Akali support. Yeah. Sophia tends to play top lane, and I really want to see Akali support.
I don't think it's Akali support.
I really hope it is.
Okay, the thing is, I don't even know if this Sion's going to be mid or whether it's going to be top. It could be a top Sion, like a mid Akali, and like we don't know. Players are flexible, okay? They don't lock into positions. What we do know,
Yeah.
the Syndra's going to be in a bot lane. I'm pretty certain of that. Albert's going to be taking that, which I think is going to be great into the account because once again, stun him up when he's in that grand entrance. He's done so, and then Papa Sexy,
the Papster,
the big rock in the jungle, is Malphite. And
yeah,
that's going to be really, really useful to try and catch out members out of positions such as Navarian. And so I do think that it does provide a good front line for Syndra.
Is that all we can confirm, though, of the DVT side?
I think it is, because you seem to disagree with me.
I really think that Sophia will stay top with that Pike. Maybe I'm going to be wrong, but I really hope he does, because I really do want to see Akali support.
I reckon it's going to be Sion top lane, Akali mid lane, Pike support. That's the meta slave in me, but I'm sure I could be wrong. We don't know this yet. We're gonna have to wait till we all get into game to realize what these are. Now, Smite on the Sion, that indicates to me something very, very, very cheesy. Like this is a blue Stilton here. This is the big cheese here.
I really hope so.
I'm expecting him to be walking into the enemy jungle, doing a buff, and doing the whole dying with it, and just stealing it.
Oh, they Syndra. They use Syndra W. They just pop it over the wall. Won't that just work?
Oh.
That could be huge.
No. Oh God, that could be horrid. Oh, dare we theorize about that?
No. I think it is going to be the Pike support as well.
He has took the Smite. And it's not like he has some of the spell words. He doesn't have summoning spell book. He has Grasp of the Undying. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I feel like the lack of a flash could very much be punished by a good gank here as well.
Look, Byron, I've seen it before. I've seen Little Kyle play this Sion before with TP and Smite. Yeah, I have seen him play it before.
Okay, you're now the expert. Okay,
I'm the expert on TP Smite Sion.
Okay, what happened? What happened? How did it go? Do we know?
From what I know, it didn't go well for him. But from what I know from I don't know how obvious that was to you. But from what I know of DVT is they love to bloody do anything. And I am full on in support of them. Up the DV boys. Come on, lads.
I'm definitely not a biased caster to my
it is. It is going to be Pike support. Crap.
And what do you know? All-knowing, all-powerful being Byron Valoni.
Yeah. Well
does
done.
Get that guess right. So the Pike support. We don't know whether this is going to be Akali or San, the solo lanes. We'll have to see. Looks like the 5-man unit. I can't even see.
Oh, it's beautiful. Here they go. Sophia's going in. The wood has been dropped. I think they're just going to leave it. Oh, you'd have just loved to see it, wouldn't you? If they just did it.
Okay, let's watch the Pink Panther thing go down. Oh wow, they were actually just warded. Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, it's really sad. I'm not happy about it.
Okay, is it Sion top lane? Top lane?
Yeah, Sion looks to be heading up there.
I am the prophet. I got it right.
The meta has come through for you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess meta.
This conversation starts to make a little bit more sense now that everyone's all in their positions, all nicely tucked in. I think this bot lane has some of the most insane kill pressure, especially at that level 6 mark. The Syndra ultimate alongside the Pike ultimate means you can kill people from probably 100 health, 100% health, sorry. Like, definitely gonna. I think mid lane has a lot of kill power. I quite like the Akali into the Orianna, who are quite an immobile champion, so Akali able to do the whole like flippity flop shtick, and it goes a little bit harder for Orianna to try and poke it down. And I'm so interested in this top lane now. With the smite Sion, what's that gonna give him? Is he gonna buy a jungle item and try and get the kind of powered smite? Like, is he gonna try and stuff away some scuttle crabs? Like, is that his plan? Like, who knows? It's an enigma to me. I do not know what's going on here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does build the jungle item. I can't remember his build from when I saw him do it, but he is very good in it. And bloody hell, some of that Akali damage coming through, but Orianna actually coming back on this.
Oh, coincidentally, not the best first hook. Not gonna lie, but you know. Just like both top laners, both tanks, wet noodle fight. I've missed this, Joe. I really have.
It's beautiful. I love it.
It's been so long since you've seen a good tank on tank matchup. Oh,
people slapping each other.
It's lovely to watch, isn't it? But Craft, he's taking a lot of damage in that mid lane, and you know I talked about how we can dodge a lot of that poke.
Oh, Shenzhen is up on this top side. They know this Sion has no flash. Still, Cloud, how are you going to escape this? I am now wondering that question. I don't think you are. The smite comes through. He's going for a knockup, but now the body block comes through from the Gragas. He's looking for the counter kill, but it's not going to come through. Maokai flashing away from that one. And yeah, that might be why you need flash.
Yeah, you know how like junglers gank lanes to try and just get rid of their flash? You just removed that kind of barrier for Shenzhen.
Oh, Arbush actually having to flash away. Sion is looking for something here onto the Maokai. Little Cloud doing a bit of an int there as well and goes down again to Beak. Oh my god, that was bloody horrible.
Wait, what did I just...
I don't know. He TP'd, he goes under the turret, and Arbush is looking to go down here. The Ignite comes through onto him. One more slap of the Valkyrie will do it. Take him down. And then that's a 0-3. And this is DVT for you. I've got no words.
I want to remind you guys, this team right now that we're watching with the Smite Silent top lane that's losing pretty much all their lanes, just beat the top team in our league. Can we just remind you guys of that?
Oh, that is a stun landing onto Uttery though. The flash comes through from Sophia, but Shenzhen is now here. They know Arby has no flash and he looks to go down. Smite coming through for Shenzhen. Shenzhen is looking for more. Sophia trying to get away from this. I think he will just be able to do. And that is the power of a Zyra Khan lane. And having a Gragas in the jungle.
Oh man, it's just... I don't know what to do with this game.
Just a bit of a fiesta, man. I'll tell you
what I
don't know.
How does my analysis help me here? I'm like trying to like drop schematics and shit. I've got nothing to do. What do we say?
Well, Byron, I can tell you first things first. TP has been absolutely useless, and I think Sion might be going down again here. B is trying to beat him down with those Maokai hands. And he's just going to go down here, I think. He's trying to run away. Oh, the Q does miss from Maokai. He is going down.
What is this smite?
I'm now very confused by it. I did tell you it didn't go well for him. So
true. But why would he opt for the smite in this matchup over a flash?
I don't know.
Like, okay, so I want to figure this out. I really want to figure this out. I need this is something I need answers to.
I don't think you're going to be able to.
I'll get him after the game at the very worst. But still, like, this smite, I would understand it if they went for some really sick cheese on like some jungle camps for Shenzhen. Trying to get like a double jungle thing, but Cloud gets some priority in the lane, starts roaming down, takes all the camps away from Shenzhen, stars him from all that gold, and makes him kind of a non-factor. Now that, to me, sounds like a game plan. Sounds like a solid reason to take it. But what little Cloud didn't realize is that without a flash, like, why not take like Flash Smite then instead of Flash TP?
I don't know.
Because that flash is so important because Maokai has so much CC that if you get locked up in it and you can't escape with a flash, you're going to be there for a while. Now, add a Gragas on top of that. If you're not moving, you're dying, and that's it. And Players attempted bot lane, but I'm not gonna lie, things are looking bad.
They really are. I was
Because
gonna mention.
bear in
though,
mind
Byron.
as well. Just sorry, I'm
Oh, yeah,
forcing
yeah.
that through a little bit, but keep in mind the compositions here. Look on the right side of your screen. You see one of they've got a scaling AD carry and a front line and a
Yeah.
good team fighting mage and a good engage. I look on the other side and I see okay, they've got the team fighting mage, they've got the front line.
Oh, Valkyrie's going in, and Shenzhen has popped the Predator. They're looking for Arbush again. I think that's a dead bloody Syndra. Shenzhen is going to escape this one as well, but Kraft is looking for the solo kill here. The shockwave comes through, the barrier also bursts, but Oriana is going to go down here, I think. Oh, is it? Yes! Conqueror coming in big there for Kraft as he gets a little bit of a heal and cues down the Oriana.
As I was saying,
Yeah?
before I was so rudely interrupted.
I'm very sorry.
My point is what I'm trying to make is Deja Vu Techland don't have an AD carry. And it means the in the late game team fights is going to be a lot harder for them to execute because they're not going to have that kind of like consistent damage dealer in the backline. They'll have Syndra, they'll have Akali, they have damage dealers, but both those champions deal with burst damage. They don't deal with consistent damage over a team fight. And it means that if Deja Vu Techland don't get the jump on Claytrons, Claytrons will just win because they'll be able to keep Audrey in the backline. He'll keep flying off some feathers. That is.
Oh, nice hook landing. The stun also lands. That's level 6s on this bot lane of DB. And they are looking for more kills. That was a nice pickup, though, onto Audrey as he does drop on this layer.
Oh, man. This is just. I mean.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is.
It's like.
I don't think I've ever quite watched a game like this, and that's always exciting. It's always exciting to see new things. But I wonder, I wish I could know the thought process behind these players and what they're doing. But right now, I'm lost. I really want to know, but I don't know. It just hurts.
I don't think I've ever watched a team like DVTC.
You see, they're like if G2 were low elo.
I like that comparison.
They have a lot of flexibility. They love to kind of achieve. The issue is that instead of
the damage coming through from Arbush with the unleashed power does take down Audrey. Bloody hell, I wasn't even expecting that. This is what you were talking about though, Byron, at the start of Champion Select when we saw that Syndra.
I'm a fan of the Syndra fight bot lane. I just think they need the consistent damage deal that's the point of that, and I haven't got
Flash
that.
also coming in. They're looking for more. Arbush does get stunned up under tower, but bloody Sophia does take him down, and Mike's looking for someone in the jungle. The E comes through from Akali, and they will take him down. Sophia hasn't gone over that wall, and he's just gonna die at the Gragas. Very sad death there.
Did I just watch a Syndra flash under tower into a Gragas?
Yeah.
I don't.
Have you not seen a single DVT game?
Okay, I've seen some DVT games and they play some flexible stuff, and I like that. This is more than I'm used to, and I just bear in mind, Arbush apparently was the guy who hard carried Deja Vu Techland in game versus OP Nerds,
and he's won.
He's 1-2 right now.
Oh dear.
But the bright side for them. Mid lane is going very well for Sakali. Like I talked about, her kind of like de-looping around the map is causing problems for Navarium because it means that Kraft can keep kind of hopping on and off this Oriana very, very nicely, and it's hard for Navarium to deal with it as he's very, very mobile.
You're definitely right, though. An odd composition from DVT. If they manage to win this, it's really going to cement their status as...
It'll be impressive. It definitely
would be impressive, but would it just cement CL Claytrons as just, Arbush is getting rooted up, unleashed power coming through. But that's the Zyra Rakan lane for you. That's what I was going to say, though. Would it just cement Claytrons as just a bit not very great?
Not very great.
Well,
if
they've just like lost to a team that's gone Scion with Smite top, I'm sorry. Oh, they will look to dive Sophia though. A TP coming through from Syndra as well. Try help out Sophia, but he's already dead.
think he just wanted the minions, to be honest, mate.
Yeah.
But I mean, Claytrons, they're doing a very good job right now. I want to specifically shine a light onto Shenzhen. He's 5-0-1 right now. He's definitely popping off.
Yeah.
And you know, he's known where to gank. He's exposed the spot line. I think it's a very nice word to say.
Oh! Unstoppable Force coming through, and that is all she wrote. Gragas is here. Nice flash by Kraft to get him out of the way. And yeah, that's a dead Oriana for you.
It is indeed. And... oh my goodness!
Back in the top lane.
Beautiful. It's a sight to see.
I love it.
The issue is that Cloud right now has a smite, and I don't. You can't smite. Can you smite champions? You don't have a smite.
No, you've got to have a item, I think. It's weird, isn't it?
No, is he gonna go to smite? Alright, is he gonna go Sunfire Cape or is he gonna go Cinderhawk? That's the big question now. Because I would say I want him to go Cinderhawk.
Yeah.
So he can like. I think the idea of also having the blue smite against like people like Navarian and Ottery who's just trying to run them down. Once again, theoretically, that doesn't sound too bad. I think that sounds quite good. So, like,
yeah,
is he gonna opt for it, or is he just gonna buy Sunfire Cape and not buy a jungle item?
How much does he have actually? Let's quickly check. 647.
He just haven't got a golden right now. I can't imagine he would when he's 63 CS at 13 minutes. No kills or assists.
3 deaths.
Yeah. Oh, it's just. I wouldn't.
Oh, engaged by Valkyrie on this bot side, but Papa Sexy's here and so is Shenzhen. Nice explosive cast, knocks Mike back into the team, and that's a dead rock.
And you know, both junglers, and wherever this bot lane gank happening, but Shenzhen able to get the cask off very nicely, and
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, this game is looking a little bit tough, the Deja Vu tank plan, and I still have a very, very strong Akali, and Akali's have 1v5'd in the past, so it definitely is not over by any stretch of your imagination yet. But, look at the top lane.
It's great.
And Maokai has secured 3 platings and is on the birth of the 4th. But what world does that happen?
When you're against Smite Scion.
I swear to God, mate. My brain's, I genuinely cannot compute what's happening on the screen right now.
Oh, Mikey's going in, but a nice ult there by Xayah gets her away. The Feather Storm coming into good use there to dodge the Unstoppable Force.
Okay, so the way they get back into this game.
But Sophia has been caught up. Oh, there could be something here. Nice shockwave there by Navarian, picks him up, and they're looking for more. Valkyrie going in for more kills. They need to take down this Akali, and they have just taken down Pyke. It's a 4-on-1, I think, at this point for Akali. But the amount of dashes this champ has will get her away. Mike is there to protect her, and she is out of there.
Maybe he's using the smite to try and secure cannons in safe matchups, like the Dematerializer. I think that's what he's trying to do, because he just keeps smiting the cannons. Like,
Maybe.
That's all he's doing, but at the same time, like, why would you do that as a sound into Maokai? I don't understand how that's like a really giga tough matchup.
He's just going to go down under turret. He doesn't have enough. Oh my god. Oh my god. The minions. Run! Scion! Run! Oh no! The sad death of poor
and
little
Cloud at the same time. Oh.
Mate, I don't know what to say. He has picked up the jungle item though. Solo kill coming in on the top side for Beak again.
Well, Beak. I would say Beak is having a pop-off performance, but
oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know if it's him or if it's just. I mean, admittedly, the Blue Spice picks up.
Yeah.
And I talked about that having some potential. Now, one thing to also know, gold lead in the top lane right now is 2.3k for this Maokai. Just want to highlight that for you. This Maokai is very, very far ahead. Alternatively, though, Cloud still without. Yeah, he doesn't have a single full item yet. At 16.5 minutes. which is a bit unfortunate, to say the least. And it means that the Scion isn't going to be as tanky as you'd really want him to be. And also, with Papa Sexy building the AP variant of the Malphite, it means that there isn't really going to be a front line for the side of the Deja Vu 10 clan for a decent while.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
That was a Scion ultimate.
Yeah, it was. They're looking for more. Valkyrie charming in on this Rakan, but gets blown out of the water by Arbush. And this is looking quite... It's looking interesting for the side of DVT right now. The Featherstorm gets blown. Craft having to flash out of there. Gragas Cask has been used to disengage. We still see Cloud on this top side trying to deal with a split pushing Maokai that's going on. I don't understand it either. But yeah.
The split push Maokai. Jesus. Oh. But, I mean...
Yeah.
You're right. I think now what we can do is highlight the strengths of what Claytrons are doing. As Lil Cloud is having a bit of a mirth, as usual. So, Shensen's 6-0-3 right now, and has secured the Morella Nomicon, and the Runic Echoes, which is very, very nice for him to have as his Gragas. Bear in mind, this Akali healing is huge, and so to be able to take that away, or at least half it, going to be very, very useful for trying to take down this very big assassin now. Just has to quickly BRB, so I will be taking over for now. He's back. It's been a bit of a and now, and I'm gonna be honest. Cloud isn't even the person on his team with the most deaths. It's Arbush. He's like 6 times. That's impressive. I feel like I'm playing Deja Vu 10 clan now, but Kraft's had a really good game. I want to see what he can do now, because he's on his Akali. He can dip in and out of these fights. And I can certainly see if all 3 mispositions, he still doesn't have his flash up or his ultimate. This Xayah, very easy to take down as that very squishy AD carry. The difference is that next to that Xayah are 3 other members of the enemy team, and so it's going to be so hard for Deja Vu 10 clan to enable Akai to do something when Claytrons just say, okay, we're just going to group up. And that's what they do right now, is they're heading towards the dragon, and that is a 3rd Ocean Drake, which isn't exactly the most useful dragon for you to have, but you take it, I guess. It certainly give Beeg a little bit more power in this lane. Normally you can just tower dive, walk out, and then essentially have a hell of a lot of regen.
Yeah.
Those 3 Ocean Drakes.
Especially against the car. Well, I think he's itemized very well anyway into the team, considering that Mike is going for the AP build. You've got the Syndra. I actually think Maokai might have been a nice pick in this game anyway, but Valkyrie looks to have been caught out here. The depth from below does miss, and Shensen is getting low here. The cask also misses. Valkyrie is so low on this backside. Maokai is actually coming in. Beak takes down 1. Sign is also there. Gragas is body slamming in, but doesn't connect. Valkyrie's still very low in this fight. Getting out of there, Sion trying to do as much as possible, but Big just tanking tower at this stage and slapping him up. And I think that is just going to be the 1 for nothing.
Yeah, but now bear in mind, one team has an indie carry, which makes the siege that much more powerful. And no, it's just... It's a big step back from last game, as well, I was saying. This is not a macro-based game by any means.
They're looking for more. A huge ult there by Mike. Does take the shutdown onto the Xayah before the Featherstorm can even come out. A nice play there by him. And they're looking for more here. There was also Navarian caught up in that, so he is kind of low. But Maokai is still on this backline, doing work to your carries here, guys. Come on, DV. Try to get him off them. But the regen from this Maokai is absolutely insane. Lil Cloud trying to do as much as possible. On the front side, Maokai shutting down the Akali. Valkyrie slaying Cloud, and that was a 3v1 Maokai was in, and Maokai wins.
Well, it is a 6-0-1 Maokai who's been given a free laning phase and full tower play-ins. It is also a Maokai who is now, oh my god, he's nearly 4k gold ahead of the Sion right now. Wow.
I don't think this guy's gonna die.
He doesn't care. There are 2 members around him. He's just like, yeah, sure, okay.
Dead Arbush again. Shockwave used to pick up that one, and I think the charm was as well from Valkyrie. Yeah, looks like it. Quickness coming in, swiping him up. And that's a dead Syndra.
It is, and I'm, the words split push Maokai send shivers down my spine in terms of someone who likes to see nice macro play. But it's working like hell. I'll give him props to it because he shrugs off all the damage, and now usually you'd put Maokai in the team fight when he's like that, and he'd just take your front line for Ottery. But you already have Shenzhen around who can do that, and Valkyrie. So you stick Maokai in the side lane, let him push in. Who answers him?
You're definitely right. Sion, apparently.
You need at least like 2 or 3 members to be able to deal with this Maokai. And if he's dragging away 2 or 3 members, you know what's free real estate? The Baron buff. So essentially, what Beacon needs to do here is just do exactly what he's doing right now with the red buff that he has, bear in mind. Just run down the Cloud. The Cloud can do nothing about it. He's dead.
He's gonna die.
You can't disrespect the Maokai. And now, guess what? Well, as this is happening, Claytrons aren't even waiting for the answer. They're just going straight onto the Baron, which I think they disagree with a little bit. Look, he's walking through the tower to try and survive now. But
and they're going in. Beak does take him down in the end, but Mike actually picked up a triple kill in the middle of that, taking down all 3 characters.
Oh, here he is.
And here comes the Maokai though, but that was absolutely huge from the DVT jungler. Doing so much on this AP Malphite.
He's keeping him alive. I'll give him that. He's doing a good job. But the issue is that once again they're lacking a bit of a front line. As now the only completed item on this Scion at 23 minutes is the Cinder Hulk, which I can't say is very gold efficient for a top laner. I wouldn't be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that 15%, but say that 10% lifesteal versus the monsters is gonna really help out the Scion.
I still don't understand this. I didn't understand it at the start. I didn't understand it when I seen it, and I still don't understand it now.
Yeah, it's the biggest mystery of our time. As a generation, we need to band together and figure out what's the deal with this Smite top. Because
if he steals Baron, though, you've got to admit.
Oh my god! If he steals Baron, that would be
that would be class. I'd give him that.
It would all be worth. It would all be worth at that point. But they're hooking in a Maokai, which is the questionable thing.
Yeah. It looks like he's going to go down though. Syndra trying to get as much damage. Papa Sexy actually picks up 1. Oh no, Crafter's picked it up. But they're looking big on this backside. But the Feather Storm has been used to just kite Uttery back out of this. And Navarian are just doing very well on this backside. While Maokai is just smashing stuff.
On 4 people. He was just on 4 people, uncontested, and they can't do anything about it. This guy's unstoppable. You know what
I no more smite.
What I don't like though, Beaks took the Sunfire here, which is nice to see with in amongst a bunch of people. I want to see a Warmox from this guy.
Yeah.
Just for the added BM. I guess you already had Triple Ocean, but like, just imagine you nearly kill that Maokai, a big tank. He walks out the fight 10 seconds later.
Actually, TPs are coming in. Claytron's actually opting to back off this Baron. Maokai trying to lock down this Akali. Big doing a grand job in this front line, healing so much. The Ignite has gone onto him. A triple knockup by Cloud, but I think he still goes down here. A Shockwave onto Arbush there, and I think he will also go down. Zaya picking up a double kill. Arbush trying to scout away from this, but he is not getting out. And that's a 4-3. Oh, Akali picking one up on this backside. Papa Sexy using that unstoppable force, and they might actually just be able to win it. No, there's still a Maokai alive.
Yeah, they're not going to win this because Maokai ain't
going to die. Mike even flashed away.
He's just running them down.
9-0.
This is Tank Meta is back, baby. Let's go.
I don't know. I want this Baron to be taken for a start. I want to see something happen there. I want this Maokai dead. I think DVT, okay. Of course.
One of those things is possible, and it's not the Maokai dying.
He's going in 2v1.
It'd be 3v1. I don't think he cares. I genuinely think if he dies, like, he has to be like Giga Insane at this point.
Yeah.
Like, that's just such a tanky Maokai. It's so fun to. He can just sit around the. He probably just do the Raptors right now. He didn't give a shit. It's Maokai.
I think they're just gonna take Drake though.
That's a wrong option. But, you know,
I was going to say, Byron, DVT have caused this problem for themselves.
They certainly have, yeah. I don't think the choice of the Smite top laner is a real good one, to be honest.
And they're on to Kraft in this mid lane, and he will be shut down here. And I think this will be the call to peel onto Baron. Finally, we're going to see it.
Yep, it's looking like it. They're heading towards it. They're going to be able to hopefully secure the objective. Lil Cloud is making the split push happen. But he has to teleport back. So I don't think that Claytrons even care about him anymore. Look, they're just choosing not to respond to the Baron.
I think they're just going to leave it. Dear me.
That's a bit of a perplexing decision. As
The double smite.
the double smite does not contest the Baron. Okay, sure. Another thing that we didn't think about: how's Sam going to get into the pit without flash?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused as you are with this.
Oh, here he is. We've been waiting for the highlight match.
They're looking for Kraft again. A nice hook, a big shockwave, and Shenzen just slamming him down with the cask. Sion is just.
Oh, he's going in Sion now. He's just at this point. He still hasn't got a second full item.
Oh, we have had a kill. Mike has gone down on this bot side as well, mate. Hit the mid lane.
Okay, it looks like this might be the end of the game.
Yeah, I think this is
going. Strong. Have Baron buff minions. B.
Still a lot of damage from the Syndra.
Yeah, and Beag's not there. Keep that in mind. The one tank. Not around.
Oh, it looks like Sophia's going in, but misses the death from below. And this has got to be all she wrote at this point. Beag is coming up the mid lane. The hero himself, 10-0. Featherstorm used to catch out Arbush, and he's going to be in the Zonyas. Kraft is also here, but I don't think you've got enough to save this game, mate. Maokai is going to be Maokai, and he's going to slap that Nexus till he's damn well dead.
That was a show. Now,
Yep, it was.
the bright side of Valanth League is that whilst you have games that can make you question your understanding of League of Legends, you always will have a good show on display, and this is the perfect summarization of that. Deja Vu Ten Clan pull out all the stops in this game.
Oh yeah, they really did.
And I'm not gonna lie, some of them really did put a stop to they're trying to do that. Now, I don't even want to touch on MVP because I think there's one player who just triumphs over everyone in terms of MVP status. Now, I'm going to check damage done because, oh my god.
I swear if it's that Maokai.
Oh my god, look at the damage. Look at the damage.
I can't see it, I've got a slow client. Byron, stop hyping everything up.
Okay,
what
so the second most damage in the game was 17k from the Gragas. The most damage in the game was 27k from the Maokai.
Oh dear. Finishing 10-0. I love him. My man Big, the big dog himself.
We would have cast these guys again.
I don't know which is the more exciting team to cast, to be honest.
Deja Vu Ten Clan, to be honest, because I don't think that Maokai would have got to that point if it wasn't for Smite Sound top lane going, was that 095.
Yeah.
But, oh man, well, that was an absolute cracker to watch. It was a very fun one. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit speechless after that. So I think we all need a little bit of a breather. After that, good job on Claytrons for securing the win there and pushing them with a bit further understandings, get them into those playoff spots that they want. But for now, we'll be heading towards a quick break. When we're back, we will once again have the lovely Deja Vu Ten Clan. Let's see if they stick to their guns. Gonna throw a little thing about. I don't think they're gonna. And they're gonna be going up against Ward Save Lives.
Oh great!
So you know what? They beat OP Nerds. They still have the potential of being double.
Yeah, this is the thing about them. They've got so much potential, and instead they choose to go Smite Scion top.
I'm gonna ask them after, as this happens.
Yeah.
But for now, we're gonna have a quick breather. We're gonna just have a nice drink. I'm a little bit lightheaded now. I'll be honest. And we'll be back for game 3.
Yeah.
And hopefully Deja Vu Tankan are going to be able to surprise us again with another one of those wacky, zany picks of theirs.
This is what we love to see in the grand old Valanth League gold plat.
Yes, we do.
Dear
The
me.
top tier of Valanth League competition right here. All right.
And
Spooky, scary skeletons and down. Get down. Down. The bass and sound. Get down. The bass and sound. Get down. The bass and sound. Get down. The bass and sound.
choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? Again, 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 did you make them all the choices you made, would you make them again?
All the choices you made, would you make them again?
Would you make them again?
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the final game of Week 8 of the Gold Plat League here in Valanth League. Deja Vu Tang Clan, they have had a little bit of a rocky week, may we say. Turbulent, I think is probably the word.
Yeah.
They managed to beat the arguably best team in the league, LP Nerds, and they have just lost 2 place runs, and now they will be going up against another very, very strong team in WSL. But one of the things for sure with Deja Vu Tang Clan, anything's possible. John Joe, what are your thoughts on this matchup? Do you have any predictions, or are you throwing them all out the window?
It's really whether you. I think I might actually just have to throw everything out the window because DVT are really, really hard to predict. You don't know which DVT you're going to get. You could get the ones from last game, or you could get the really focused ones, the ones that go ahead and beat these big teams like Icon OP Nerds. Like, there's 2 sides to them, and I really hope we do see this good side of them and not the side we saw just before.
Yeah, I hope we see the beating a top class team through great aggressive plays style, and not the we're picking Silent Smite top lane and doing nothing with it side of them. Because now I did do some research. I did contact
Cloud
after that game, and he said the reason that he went for it was because the jungle item gives you more HP, so they can stack HP and split. Now, I'm going to be honest, in my opinion, a little bit more HP is not worth sacrificing your flash key. That's just my opinion. There are people with their other opinions, but I'm saying that don't cut it for me, and I'm really not a big fan of that. But we'll see if he opts for it again. I will be, and it works. I'll be impressed. But I don't think that is where it is, Chief. I don't think it is at all. What I did like was the Syndra Pipe bot lane. Unfortunately, it got a bit shut down, but I think it had a lot of potential. I also think, obviously, in the mid lane, when Kraft went up there, Project, whatever, isn't it, that symbol is called?
Kraft, yeah.
Kraft is, he did a good job in that mid lane. I was quite impressed. And how sexy was no such in the Malphite? It just felt that top lane was such a weakness. And then Maokai, of course, dealing over 10k above anyone else, is the most damage dealing in the game. Like, you can't. No Maokai should be allowed at that point in the game. Like, there's a reason we don't see Maokai in the meta anymore. And to see him do that, it's just. I just hope to not see anything like that. But WSL, they are a very proactive early game team. And Deja Vu Tang could certainly throw them off their little games, you know.
Yeah, they could.
We know that Branch is someone who loves to go and invade as a support, both the jungler, to get all that bot lane river control. Now, what happens if they try and do that, but then the bot lane they're against is like something cheesy like Syndra Pipe? Because we saw what happened last time we tried to play against an unorthodox bot lane last week on stream. They lost hard to the Orianna Blitzcrank.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm a little bit worried, you know, can Wellesley and Mr. Branch handle these more mage-oriented bot lanes? Or is this a potential weakness for Ward Save Lives that could get exploited? And Deja Vu Tang Clan, if there's any team that's going to be good to play mid, it'll be them.
Yeah, you're definitely right. It will be the guys in DVT. They love these experimental picks, and I really think they can do this, given the playstyle they have. I really think they can beat WSL. Because they beat a lot of these bigger teams, like I was saying earlier. So I'm really hoping that we've got the good side now, finally.
I do like that Syndra ban as well, away from Arbush and the flexibility as well. But it's a hit that really benefits Deja Vu Tang Clans. That way I really like. Also, getting rid of Rakan and Pyke, 2 big aggressive champions for Branch. He loves to be able to roam about, make plays, and Rakan and Pyke was 2 biggest champions for that. Obviously, there were still champions like Nautilus, Leona, like Rapture's short of engaged champions, but taking away those really powerful ones, the potent ones, going to be key to taking down WSL. But the Hecarim going to be the first pick. I imagine it'll be going into the jungle, but could go into top lane. It's a little bit of a cheat. But it's an odd first pick because you don't really see Hecarim anymore.
I can agree with that. I think it's mainly because the meta has sort of come away from him a little bit. I know he was actually picked in Worlds the other day, in the play-in stages, wasn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong.
It might have been once or twice, but I haven't been paying too much
It was
attention.
against Splice, wasn't it? Who was in
Oh,
their
you're
group?
right. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Splice have. Oh god, I want to say it's Israel's Gaming
Yeah.
and it's Danish Volksman. Those are the two that are in their group.
Yeah, it is. Who picked it? It might have been Detonation Focus Me, I reckon.
Yeah.
They're not Hecarim.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah.
Oh, was it actually Cersei who played it? I think Splice might have played it jungle. But yeah,
Maybe.
I know what you mean. You don't see Hecarim a lot, and I tell you what, this Zyra pick,
That is off-brand for Bramsh in terms of
It
what it
is,
usually
yeah.
goes for. But
Mhm.
I love the idea of a Sivir Zyra because that is a lane that takes over. It pushes you in, it shoves you in, it pokes you down, and it does not relent. It's almost like a Caitlyn Morgana without the safety, but with more damage. I love it. But one thing to note is, like a Caitlyn Morgana, as we saw earlier on today, the weakness is if you're going to be shoving in 24/7, your lanes are free real estate to gank. So Wellesley and Bramsh need to be careful when they do this. If they are going to try and set up a high priority lane, it's going to try and take over.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I think sometime, well, from what I remember of Bramsh and his love of the supports like Brand that he can carry from, I think Zyra's more in that sort of tendency. It's a support you can really deal damage on, and she's no one to. She's not one of those champions that you can sleep on. She deals a crap ton of damage, especially with her plants that can be really annoying. And she has the CC to fill boat loaded trucks, you know. But the other pick on the side of DVT that I found interesting is this Vel'Koz.
Yeah, I mean, once again, like I say, we have a champion that we don't see very often, but it depends where it can go, because this Vel'Koz, another flexible pick, can go into the mid lane, can go into the support position now. Vel'Koz into Zyra sounds like a bit of an odd support matchup, you know, with both mages there.
Yeah, but it could work.
It could.
I suspect it'll go down there in full honesty. I reckon that's an Ezreal Vel'Koz lane. But who am I to know DVT's draft style?
Okay, my band face is froze. And the very
Yeah, I've got that as well. I'm gonna leave it. I reckon it's a issue with the game.
I feel like if we leave though, we won't be able to go back, will we?
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna leave the lobby.
Oh, I see. Well, can we quit spectating and still be in the lobby?
No,
Oh, okay, we're back. Okay.
it's fine. It's just a bit behind. I
So,
think.
7 a bit of a murder.
Yeah, I don't know if a ban exactly went through or what. I
Who
guess
knows?
that was.
It's a mystery. You know, it was like the fucking Mario Kart boxes of the items in. Who knows what's been banned? It's all a surprise. But I do quite like. To be fair, the more I think about the Vel'Koz and Zyra, I quite like it because what Zyra can do is she does very well to engage champions like the Fresh and the Flex rank because she can use her plants to block the hooks and also put them out. Vel'Koz is the exact opposite of that. She'll stay behind, poke you down, and he'll be able to burst you down really hard from like, the back line. I think that's actually really nice in Zyra, and especially if the Zyra gets caught out, Zyra is a very squishy champion. And Ezreal Vel'Koz do have a lot of damage in between them, especially to burst damage. So, Branch will need to be careful about how he positions in this lane.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Still waiting for champ select here to see what actually happened. I've heard of. Oh, there we are. Arbush is now picking. It's whether anything goes through here.
Yeah, it is.
I don't particularly know what's going on now.
It's just a bit of a mystery. Well, the worst case scenario is we'll know these 3 picks and we'll know the other 2 when we get into the game.
Yeah.
Which would be quite a fun guessing game. So what do you think? I've got a message. League is down.
League's crashed, does it?
League is down. Okay, so you know that picture of them, in that meme about EUS where it's the rioter with the like sausage on a stick is heating up the fucking servers? He's like, yum.
Yeah.
It's just happening. His league's gone down.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, Travis instantly took his opportunity to get on COD Black Ops 3. Nice to see.
Has he?
Yeah, well, I've got him on Steam, it just popped up. Oh, That's a
Oh, there was a clad pick up. I have seen that. Yeah, I'm unsure whether that is actually the pick.
I reckon it is. I mean,
I
it makes
reckon it
sense.
is too.
It
Yeah.
makes sense. Oh, okay.
I'm actually really excited to see what comes through.
I am, yeah. Like, also, just an FYI for stream, it is not Travis playing Black Ops 3. It is his little brother. So, do not fret. Travis is not playing Black Ops 3. Now, okay, according to General, I have information from Bilversack that no one is in the lobby. So,
I'm really interested to see what's going on.
I want to. This is like auto pick. Is
Oh, I wish it was auto pick. That'd be really cool.
Oh man, it might have to be.
Oh, look!
Okay, we've got 45 minutes to the next pick. A Riven pick though, very bold.
I'm liking that pick, mate. Tarek also coming.
Yeah, the Zyra mid. I think that Callista was pretty smart. You know, giving the Ezreal mid lane.
That was huge. I thought.
Yeah, but there was a big set of picks there.
Oh man, I wish. Nah, if those picks had gone through, we get Riven, we get Bramshon Tarek, we get
mid Zyra. Kids playing Zyra, bear in mind.
Kids Zyra, and we also get Silverback's Riven.
Oh, Silverback's Riven actually.
That could have been huge.
Also, bear in mind, Ezreal mid. Ezreal mid's going to be there. Ezreal Zyra mid. And then you're going to have Callista bot lane, which you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's one of Trigger's favourite.
Kled into Riven, actually.
That could have been a matchup. To be honest, I just want to say that now.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Oh, can we just have those picks going through?
Oh, that'd be lovely, but I don't think that's going to be possible.
That's sad, man.
The lobby's gone. The lobby has gone. Is it time for Crab Rave music? League is down. Dum 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 da dum da dum dum.
Is it completely down?
I think so. Okay. So none of those picks were right, but Silverback, we're gonna override you there and say yes, they were.
Yeah.
We saw them locked in on stream, and you're gonna have to pick them, unfortunately.
Yeah, we really wanted to see you play that Riven, mate. I don't think there's any other way around it. I think you're gonna have to pull it out.
Yeah, unlucky man. It's sad. I was excited to see what Deja Vu Tank Man were gonna whip out again. What spicy stuff they were gonna do.
Well, they had the Callista.
Oh, they did. I don't know. Well, they actually pick it. Yeah, they had a Callista. You know, the Ezreal mid. I think was a very bold choice.
It definitely was.
But at this point now, I think, considering the bit of a fiesta we've got going on, it might be better right now to go for a quick break and then come back at you with an announcement as to what's happening with the game. Because
yeah.
Right now, we don't know what's happening. I don't think anyone knows what's happening.
But not even Riot themselves, obviously.
Yeah, some people are in lobbies, some people aren't. We don't know if the game's going to get rescheduled. So we're going to go for a quick technical pause in the Champ Select.
What a beautiful name.
Beautiful. And we will be back shortly to deliver the news as to what the heck's happening with this game.
Yep. See you when it happens.
Wishing that I could run away with you. Imprisoned by fear, just pull me away, pull me away. Secret fantasies of me. Will they ever see the light of day, light of day? I don't know where you are, but I will find you. I will find you. So if you're out there, just run until the edge and fall into me and see where this could end. We go alive and leave this world behind. Can you hear me? Do you feel me? Wishing that I could run away with you. Imprisoned by fear, just pull me away, pull me away. Secret fantasies of me. Will they ever see the light of day, light of day? You always want what you can't have, and what you have you can't. But still, my heart, the moment I laid eyes on it. Well, how do you know? How you will feel when everything changes. This fear. Where will I go? Will you read? How will I know? How do you know?
How do you know how you really feel when everything changes? Where will I go? Where will you lead? How will I How do you know how you really feel when music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Gold Platinum division of Valanth League. We are at the final game of week 8. We are all back in lobby after a technical hitch with League of Legends meant that there were a few odd picks. Now I am here to confirm that the bans and the second phase picks, the second phase bans onwards, They are not valid. They were not picked by the players. The players were kicked out of the lobby from that point. So, unfortunately, no Riven, no Callista. We won't be having any like we won't have any like Zyra mids or like Tarex, unfortunately. And well, unless they bamboozle us and they pick them anyways.
It could have been huge, Byron. It really could have been great.
We were this close to greatness. This close.
We were this close to Silverback on Riven and Bramsh on Tarek.
We were so close to a Riven on Kled matchup in that top lane. That would have been so fun to watch.
And Arbor's just playing the Callista because he does whatever the hell he wants.
I know,
it's great.
Right? But unfortunately, it will not be. But if we know anything about the Deja Vu Tang clan, it will be
it's going to be a mad one.
I'm be honest, they could probably put out some more mad stuff than what was seen in that auto pick there at the end. I would not be surprised to see them whip out I'm swearing so much.
Yeah, you are.
I'm losing my will to live a little bit here, I'll be honest. But
it's these DVT games doing you in.
I know. They're frying my brain a little bit. It's just it's hard to deal with, but. It's exciting. I can't complain about exciting games, and there's nothing more exciting than seeing Mouse back.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
We'll see the we'll see the picks come. The picks in the band, the same ones coming again.
Well, I can quickly run them through if I remember. From the side of WSL, you've got the Hecker, you've got Siva, and we have the Zyra.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yep, from the side of DVT, you're looking at a Zinzao, an Ezreal, and a Vel'Koz.
Okay, yeah.
Junglers and bot lane, I believe.
Okay, you believe. Bear in mind, this is Deja Vu Tang clan.
Yes.
Nothing is ever as it seems. I would not be surprised if the Zinzao went to the top lane, or if the Vel'Koz went mid lane, or if the Ezreal went mid. It wouldn't even surprise me, because they have pulled out some wacky stuff in the past. So we'll see what they opt for as, once again, that Hecarim first pick. I'm still interested to see how it does, because it did receive a few nerfs and it kind of lost a bit of priority, but if Mental God's feeling comfortable on it, go for it. I'm not going to complain with it. The worry is that what happened is that he got a little bit of that oomph, that kind of damage that he had, that he kind of got took away a little bit, and it means that I feel like Papa Sexy's going to have a much better time trying to duel Hecarim, and then the Hecarim doesn't have that initial burst.
Early game, I do think Zinzao does tend to be quite a strong jungler, and if he can snowball a lead, he can be a real threat, as we saw from, I believe it was Shenzhen on Clay T a few weeks back, played a really good Zinzao. But yeah, this is the thing that this pick can do. It's whether the Hecarim can counter that.
Yeah, I am going to say though, I am really hungry. I ate dinner, mate. I've been casting since 6. I didn't get myself anything to eat beforehand, which is a bit of a numpty move, and now I'm
yeah.
Well, anyways, back on track. I wonder who will be feeding this game. Because they already declared that we took away from Silverback 2 of his big picks there. Already also has that big flexibility. On the other hand, you got the Echo being took away. Echo jungle was a big thing.
It still is.
But the Zinzao being locked in, I imagine that was a target man towards the little cloud in the mid lane, because that does AP assassins. So it does not surprise me to see things like Echo being took away. That's an insta-lock Heimerdinger.
Yeah, that is that Heimerdinger, and I reckon that goes to do you reckon it goes to Arbush, and we do get some weird flex here with the Ezreal?
I told you it'd be spicy, and I was not disappointed. This is Heimerdinger. I'm imagining Heimerdinger mid. I think this is Dinger mid.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or
Heimerdinger support Vel'Koz mid. But Heimerdinger support is something I don't like, so I'm hoping it's not.
Could be Heimerdinger top.
Now, what I don't like is the Lissandra pick into a Heimerdinger or a Vel'Koz. That's a really rough matchup for the Lissandra there, because you're going to be taking a lot of damage from range. It's hard for you to do anything in it. Trust me, from a dog player to a dog player, Kiz, that is not it. There we go. Yes.
Yeah. I know how excited you are, but
it's Silverback's game plan. It's like this is
iconic.
This is his champion. he's ready now. He is taking no prisoners. He doesn't care what match we bring into him. He's going to best up the GP, and I think it's going to be Dinga top lane.
It does look to be that way. Although Arbush generally does like to play Heimerdinger, so it wouldn't be surprised whether we do get some weird flex here.
Maybe Arbush goes top lane as Heimerdinger. Who knows? There's so many options here.
Yeah.
And the first one I see is that none of the members of Deja Vu Tenkan have a smite. Oh, there we go. It's changed now. No, Cloud's going for the Xin Zhao jungle.
It'll be Papa Sexy on the support then, I reckon. Arbush could be heading top. But there is a second Ignite on Korean Sophia as well as we head into our final 10 seconds of choosing. Although I don't know about the updated summoner spells, doesn't it update it at 0?
Yeah, maybe it is. But what I do want to talk about is that this is Sandra. I already said she'd have a rough matchup versus the Heimerdinger or the Vel'Koz. You know what the Sandra's worst matchup is?
No.
It's Azir.
Oh!
Because he outranges you, he outscales you. If you try and leave, he'll outpush you. There's nothing you can do as a Sandra in that lane. You will just lose. Unless there's dramatic misplays from Craft or Project. And
no, we're left in the dark a bit, Byron.
We are indeed, but
where's everything going?
Okay. So as per usual with Deja Vu Tenkan drafts, we shift to the other side first and we figure out what the opponent's doing. So let's simpler first. So let's break down what WSL have as you move over to your left side.
Sounds good.
And we see they have a very nice set of scaling champions, the Sivir, the Gangplank. They have a very, very good mid-game team fight, with the Sivir ultimate being able to, on the hunt in a Hecarim and a Lysandra onto the back line. That sounds very nice. And with the Gangplank being able to take over a side lane and start scaling over to the late game, I think WSL have a really good composition in isolation. Now the key word is in isolation because, like I said, I think that Azir's going to the mid lane. That's the first thing I want to talk about because Azir dumps all over Lysandra. It is not even pretty. So I'm imagining that will be a very rough one for 905. We'll see what Kiz is able to do on the dog champion. He's not typically a dog player, so we'll see what he can do. Now, the second thing I'm sure of, there's only one member with Smite on the enemy team, and that, with the enemy team, sorry, the Deja Vu clan, and it is Lil Cloud with the Smite on Xin Zhao. So I'm wild guess here. I have a feeling he's taking that Xin Zhao into the jungle, so we know who the jungler is. It will be that Xin Zhao, and I feel that Xin Zhao has good dueling opportunities into the Hecarim. Despite Hecarim being able to get to ganks a little bit quicker, Xin Zhao's 1v1 dueling in the early game is near unparalleled in the jungle. I imagine he'll be taking over the river, trying to get those scuttle crams, get those objectives, possibly look for some invades. That's what I'd like to see alongside some laners who are going to be able to get some priority now. In terms of the rest of the champions, I think it's Vel'Koz support. I think it's 2 ID carry, and I think it's Heimerdinger top lane. But that could all change because it's Deja Vu Tenkan. That'd be what makes sense to me. Now, Heimerdinger in top lane versus Gangplank, I feel like GP wins that one. I think Heimerdinger will push him in early, and it'll be hard for Silverback to have priority. But a Gangplank will be perfectly happy just sitting on the tower getting farm.
Yeah, he definitely will be. The thing is, Heimerdinger can really, really hurt some of the melee matchups. Especially with how priority has increased on him as of recency. I think did he receive some buffs or something?
Oh, what's this? The Xin Zhao? Or Heimerdinger? Dingo got some buffs. I forget what they actually were, but there were some buffs very recently that
that made him become more viable. Was it? He gets played, especially in this patch. He's being played a lot more, and especially into melee top laners. So it is whether the Heimerdinger does go up there, and we do see that. We know that Mike started off as an AD carry main, moved into the support role, and has done bits and pieces of jungling throughout that ADC and support start. But him back on support here for this game. This is the flexibility they have with their team, and I'm glad to see them using it to their full potential.
Well, yeah, and it's whether or not it works out, because it worked out against Opinert. It did not work out versus Claytrons. It feels like sometimes they're putting up on the blindfold and throwing darts at a dartboard, and eventually, if you're swinging around the dart, you're gonna hit something. And that I guess that's what they're going for. But I mean, as soon as you hit something, they're gonna be hitting a gold bind with its composition. So we don't really know that, but from what it looks like, it is going to be the Heimerdinger in the top lane, and it will be Azul in the AD carry position. Now I was just looking at the bot lane, which is going to be Ezreal Vel'Koz into Sivir Zyra. And that's going to be two lanes really trying to push out each other. But what we'll see is that Wellesley and Mr. Bramsh, if they stick together, should be able to have lane priority. They should be able to box in Korean Saphira and Papa Sexy under their tower. And the worry is, if you saw in the first game, if you shove in that far, junglers will very happily come in and try and gank you. So I want to make sure, if we do see Wellesley and Mr. Bramsh try that opportunity, try those ganks, get control of that bot side river like WSL like to do, get a bunch of wards down there and make sure you know where Lil Cloud is, so you're not getting caught out all the way up your lane with a gank.
Yeah. Maybe that's really is actually going to go topside here.
Really? I don't know.
It could happen. He is looking up there. I reckon he does go topside there. And it's definitely something interesting. A ward has been placed down by Papa Sexy, getting himself away from this little invade. But the Donker could still be in a little trouble here.
Yeah.
Although they do see them on that ward, so...
Yeah, I mean, it would take a little bit of a misposition from Abush, to say the least.
Yeah. Good old Mike getting off some poke. Good
But
lad.
actually, you're right, it's going to be Ezreal top lane.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what to think now. Okay, so we know that Ezreal's top lane. Now, what Ezreal has is a lot of poke, a lot of ways to slip in and out of these fights. And I think that could be useful against a Gangplank who, has very predictable ways of doing damage to us. It's all around those barrels. If you can arcane shift in and out the barrels, that can be very, very useful. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about Ezreal's top, so this is all kind of theory crafting here.
Yeah.
But Gangplank is also going to struggle to kind of avoid that poke. It's not like he's a ranged laner, is he? Like it's hard for him to farm from a distance, and so I'm imagining Korean Saphir could really look to abuse that matchup. Now, what it also means is in the bot lane, Sivir Zyra all of a sudden has, like I was talking about them wanting to push up really hard. That gets a lot harder when we bring Heimerdinger into the picture here.
Yeah.
Because Arbush on the Time Dinger will be able to shove out hard as well. As we see right now, it's actually the Sivir Zyra getting pushed in, and that means that it'll be the Arbush and Pampa Sexy who'll be able to shove in the opposing bot lane under their tower. And if WSL's bot lane don't have priority, it means that Bramsh won't be enabled to do his typical roaming style, which is very, very key.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And a big thing, especially to see RB down here and Sophia on the Ezreal in the top lane, is the fact that with the Ezreal up there is, like we were saying, with the poke, and Gangplank has his W to survive some of that poke, but what you're doing at that point is you're risking using your W then to refresh yourself from some of this poke and heal back up, which you're wasting it for if a jungle gang comes through. So he does become quite liable when all this poke comes down, if he is going to use that W to get rid of the poke so much.
Yeah,
that's absolutely a long-winded explanation of what might happen. But here we are. This is how you do it on Ezreal. You've got to do that weird buffering on your E. I think it works the same as Tristana jump, doesn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I can't say that because I'm not an Ezreal aficionado. Yeah. But I know what you mean. It's very awkward to try and CC Ezreal when he's using that arcane shift. You can buff out the CC there, but Abush
taking a bit of poke hit, and that is the damage from these stupid little plants. Papa Sexy actually going back, and we do see Xin. I reckon we get a first blood in this here. Flashing in by Lil Cloud, looking for it. Bramsh having to flash away. Sivir trying to do as much damage. Knock comes through. He has used the spell shield. Nice flash there. Mike is flashing forward as well. I reckon that's a dead Sivir. Oh, the ignite on Lil Cloud. Zyra picking up first blood and the blue buff. Beautiful Bramsh.
Wow. That was all 4 summoners burned by the WSL bot lane. But they secure the first blood by the literal skin of their teeth there. And that's huge, because now Bramsh, he's got himself a kill. He's boosted it where he's gone with his items. And now this Zyra is going to start becoming a lot more of a damage threat. And I'm not going to lie, Heimerdinger and
comes the Hecarim. They might look for a little tower dive here. The slows are coming down onto Mental God, and that's a lot of damage he's taken from under turret. If ew,
Cloud.
my God, Zin is looking in as well, and Lissandra manages to throw herself away.
Anyways, the Zyra getting ahead is really important because bear in mind, Hibernator and Vel'Koz, definitely not the most tanky of champions. They're both incredibly squishy. And with the poke that Zyra is able to put out, if you're able to land some more of that, if you're able to boost your damage forward, get those extra little damage points, they mean so much versus the squishier champions, especially in these early stages of the game.
Yeah, they definitely do. Like we were saying at the start, Zyra is one of those supports that can just deal a crap ton of damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's how it is with those major supports. You almost forget about them in this current meta where there's been so much engage.
It is disgusting.
But, you know, I remember, like, you got the obvious brand support, Lux support's always been a staple, and you see
And
here
look
the
at that.
damage.
Ricochet's coming through, and almost end the big, like, squiggly monster's life.
That's 17 health, and that's after a bit of health regen. Papa Sexy, you are one lucky man to get out of that one.
That's what they all call him. They call him Lucky Mike.
Lucky
job,
Mike.
mate.
Well, maybe it was just calculated, you know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
All up here in his noggin.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now, Zyra are going to be the first ones to be able to get some hits onto that tower. Going to be looking to secure their first plating, but I don't think they're going to be able to right now. Both of those Hibernating turrets doing so much damage. Yeah, quite close, but I don't think they're going to get to.
No, they have another minion wave coming in.
Oh, they do, but they also have Vel'Koz coming in. So, do they get it? Do they not? Do they want to risk it? I don't think they want to risk it.
No.
Let's see what they want to do. Also, keep your eyes on Lil Cloud. He has been spotted out by a very nice ward. But he is on his bot side. But Branch and Wolsey, they also want a piece of this action. They're going to get rid of that blasting plant.
Look at all that damage coming through. Papa Sexy just shredded through. The flash isn't available, so I don't think anything more comes of this. Arbush actually having to flash away. Little Cloud GP ult does miss, and Arbush lives that encounter. Sivir is gonna, it's out actually on the bot side of the map, is gonna go down.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you see there, you know, the damage from Zyra was so disgusting that John Joe actually contracted the flu as he was casting that. But yeah, I mean, this bot lane looking incredibly strong. The Sivir Zyra, you know, they're showing why there's a strong bot lane. The AoE damage from the Sivir and the Zyra.
Here's Hecarim, a lovely ult away, but the Lissandra ult still coming in. The horses are all in. Can Craft get himself away? One more tick and he doesn't get there. 905 picking up a kill for himself.
Odd flash, I'll be honest. Not the best Zero character I've ever seen, but you know, it is going to mean that 905 is going to help secure himself the first go in that lane. And I tell you what's so impressive. I think this matchup is a hard lose for Lissandra. I'm very much a believer of that. The fact that Kiz is up 10 CS right now is really impressive. And I'm sure he's had a bit of jungle pressure. But that just shouldn't happen. Like, Azir should be destroying Lissandra here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know the matchup really well, so yeah. I'm going to listen to you there.
Yeah.
But I think that is just coming through from how far he was up. Both ultimates used, the Frozen Tomb and Onslaught of Shadows coming in to lock down that Azir. Even though he did get a really nice Emperor's Divide off, just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't, unfortunately, and it means that WSR, after getting these kills, starting to snowball across the map. You look at the gold lead they have, that's incredibly strong. That's about 2.8k gold they are ahead at 8 minutes into the game. That's really strong. And WSL, if we know anything about them, they are the team that's able to snowball their leads. They make plays across the map. They're constantly looking for stuff. But Deja Vu Clan, they're also looking for their plays of their own, as we see Low Cloud chilling in the Scotland bush.
He really is, and they are thinking he is there. They're not sure. They have put down a little question mark thing. It's gonna be a close one. See what happens here. He's staying. Yeah, they do know. They're very well done by them. And that's a lot of time wasted by Little Cloud down there.
It is, and it means that... Oh, I just looked at the jungle CS difference. Oh,
it's pretty horrid, isn't it?
That is unacceptable. Straight up. Wow. Metal God doing a good job at farming. Or is it Lil Cloud doing a bad job at farming? Or is it both? Find out after the break, I guess. But I mean, admittedly, WSL have had some fantastic wards in the jungle. They've been able to track Lil Cloud really well and waste a lot of his time. Props for them for doing that. But you can't be that far down in farm. You just that. I don't know.
You're not happy.
I'm not a happy man. I'm really not. I mean, Lil Cloud, he just has. I don't think he's had the best of days.
On the hunt, actually getting burnt now. I think they might have been actually looking for an engage, but nothing comes of it.
The thing is, Lil Cloud, bear in mind, remember him last game? He was the guy with the smite sound top lane. He went 095, and now
Interesting stuff.
now he's 20 CS behind in the jungle.
The Hecarim comes again. Kraft trying to get out. He does. The Onslaught of Shadows coming in. I think that's a dead man, but on the bot side of the map, the Garden of Thorns is down. Sexy does go down in the crossfire. Arbor's trying to do the best job he can, but you actually are going to live. Siva could go down here. No, she doesn't. Hecarim is coming in from behind, and the Mental Guard takes down the Donga.
He does indeed, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite liking this the interplay from Mental Guard 905. I think they've been doing a great job at synchronizing their CC. It's giving me flashbacks to how me and Stacking would play sometimes in the jungle. Because it is, you can lay it down so much disgusting CC, and they're doing a great job of it, you know. However, the difference is that whilst the Byron Feather cosplay would be still being even, 905 knows how to push a lead, and so he is now 20 CS up. He becomes a secure some playing for himself, and it means that he is now 1k gold ahead of the Azir.
Yeah, and look already, Byron, at this gold lead. We're gonna see some action on this top side. Silverback is getting himself ganked here. He's having to flash away, but he still comes through. Does use the orange very nicely, but a lot of poke comes down, and I think they're gonna leave him. The ult does come through, but it's not gonna be enough to take that pirate down, and he will just live that one out.
Yeah, he will. And whilst that's happened, whilst they've invested with that jungle time top lane, they get a Cloud Dragon for free. Which is very, very
gonna be able to even get this wave, I don't think. Are they gonna get a tower plate in here? No, they're not. Oh, you might actually. Who knows? No, don't think he does. Oh, nice use of the ult as well there by Silverback to clear the waves.
Yeah, very nice there. And now Lil Cloud needs to be a little bit careful about
He really does.
He's been spotted on the ward. He knows that, but he's still staying there. That's a bold move.
Lissandra does have the Frozen Tomb available though. On the hunt blown, they're looking for it. The Stranglethorns just fuck up Big Sexy, and he is a dead Vel'Koz. But Heimerdinger, with those turrets, did take down Wellesley. But, of course, it's going to be Mr. Bramch picking up a double kill for himself. Mental Guard going in on the Ezreal. Sophia having to flash away. He does have the E available. Cloud is still getting chased down. He does have his ult up and ready. The Crescent Guard does come through to block off that Hecarim. Rift Herald is doing its own fair share of damage. Both teams are going to back off here.
And ultimately, what were they gained from that invade there as Deja Vu 10 clan? They got a few wards, which is cool. That was it for about a minute and a half worth of time that they invested there. That's, once again, it feels like suboptimal play from the jungle here. They're trying to make stuff happen, and I commend them for that. But the way they're doing it is just, they're falling too far behind with what they're doing. And it means that now you look at the bot lane, that's a 4-0-3 Zyra, and I talked about how that a little bit of extra damage was going to help. Now imagine that little bit of extra damage, it's now an Oblivion Orb. And now he's also backing on 1.7k gold.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, this Zyra goes from, a little bit more damage because of that one kill, to they have a Haunting Guys and Oblivion, they will shred your health to nothing.
Yeah, and it's what we've been seeing against poor old Papa Sexy in this bot lane. The father himself has just been going down to this Zyra again and again and again. Yeah,
right. I'm really not. I will say I'm not a fan of the Untrees and the Oblivion Orb being took here. The Untrees is usually used against high HP members. There's not a single high HP member on the Javitan clan, so I feel like you could just use that gold for something else, like either something more supportive oriented, like a Twin Shadows. I think it would be very nice. Or you could go something, well, if you want damage, just by Rabbit and so. Like, there are several options that maybe with Spellbinder.
We're getting a huge rotation onto this bot lane. The E comes through from Hecarim, and he does pick up the double kill.
Nicely done. Swept up. And 905 gets a 1 assist from that. He was there for the moral support. Now
No, Little Cloud's being caught in the jungle. Onslaught of Shadows coming in. Crescent Guard is used, but Frozen Tomb also there. A root up that's in out. And more kills are happening on this top side. Wellesley takes down Sophia. And to me, this spells a very bad picture and story for the side of DVT.
Yes, it does. And Deja Vu Tank Clan, they've completely lost control over this game. And this is exactly why I rate WSL as one of the best teams in the league. It's their proactivity around the map. They're constantly looking to make picks up and make plays. And then the most important thing, they convert them to objectives. They've just pushed on the bot lane, secured 1 or 2 towers for themselves. In the top lane, they've pushed and have secured 1 or maybe even 2 towers for themselves. They are making sure that every time they make this play, get those picks, they're getting something off of it. And it means that typically a gold plat team would probably be about 5k gold ahead. This time, WSL, they're 10k gold ahead because they're adding the objectives on top of it.
It's absolutely insane, the amount. It's only 15 minutes in and a 10k gold lead is already a... But, like you were saying, the proactivity, we knew what this team could do. And is it foolish of DVT to have played the way they have?
To put it bluntly, yes.
Oh, a nice! Prima Shuffle coming through. Wellesley getting taken low. Lissandra also Hex Proto belting in. Can they save the AD? They can't. Little Cloud is going for more. Picks up 1 kill, but Hecarim's here and almost one-shots the bloody Heimerdinger and takes down 2 of them there. Actually, Bram's picking up that kill. Nicely done by Kiss, though, to try and help there. But that's 3 members down in return for the 1.
Yeah, and that's just more priority going over to WSL, more control, and it's looking dismal for Deja Vu.
It really is.
Look at this. They just have to walk on a tower. And what do Deja Vu can do about it? They just have to sit there and watch. Like, it's so sad. And now, look at the Rising Rift Hill, they'll be able to secure that for free.
Yeah.
And they got Silverback's able to push straight up to the bot lane and inhibit the turret, because the rest of his team has so much priority. And now, top lane's also a target. There's so many areas for the side of WSL to punish and to push for, that it feels like Deja Vu Tank Clan, they've got a leaky bow. They're trying to plug, they're able to plug 1 or 2 holes, but there's always going to be another 2 that are going to be leaking water into the boat, and they don't have enough hands to cover all of these holes at the same time. Eventually, they're going to sink.
I think they've already sunk at this stage, by
unless they have some gaffer tape available, as a duct tape, like then they're sorted. Flex tape, there we go. But right now, I'm going to have to say, from a lot of members, that you're seeing, there's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
On the side of WSL, and there's no arguing that.
It's like watching a Titanic.
It is. A little bit like Phil Swift. I think they're sawing the boat in half right now.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's all these old people on a ship. They're all just dying, and it's quite a sad state of affairs.
It is, they're trying their best, and the thing is that the icy water is getting a bit cold,
And it's Celine Dion singing a little song to everyone.
Yeah, you've got like...
My heart will go on, comes through. Little Cloud trying to take a pick onto Desire. The Crescent Guard coming through, but so much damage there. The Gangplank ult used to secure the kill. Cannon Barrage, that's its name. Lissandra actually looking for more. Kiss is huge in this front line. And Slaughter Shadows comes through. Zyra picks up a double. Kiss picks up 1 himself, I think. Oh no, did he even? Yeah, he must have got a kill in there somewhere. Screw it. And Hecarim also picking up a few.
No, Kizzy's Lissandra is actually really good. I'll give him. He's having a great game on this mid lane pick. It's fantastic.
He's good at the champ. I'll give him that.
I'm very impressed, and I'll give him an A+ performance so far. He's come out of this matchup ahead. Yeah, That's from the Sandra aficionado myself. You know, and he's doing a good job. And now they've got this Rift Herald knocking on Heaven's door here. They're getting 2 inhibitors at once. They could charge this Herald into the enemy base, onto the turrets.
Oh no, I don't even think we're going to see a dancing Rift Herald. The Smites have come down to try and stop that big bastard. It has been taken down.
Now, if you're greedy, which WSL can be, you could end here. You could try and end here. But they're not going to. Which I'm a little bit disappointed in, but it makes sense.
This is what we've seen from the top teams they buy in. They know when they think they can go in and do it, and they can't do it. You know, when we saw from Ike earlier, they see Mental God back, and this could be a 3rd kill. Mike with a laser. Yes. Papa sexy. 1 and 5 now, the big lad. So much damage coming through from Bramsh and Lysandra though, and that's 2 going down on the side of DVT. It could even be a 3rd. Kiz getting away. Sophia trying to put down the fight, but no, he doesn't do enough at this stage.
Feels like a glimmer of hope there for the Tang Clan, and then it quickly gets stomped out. And it's like that moment in Titanic, you know, if we're going back to that, when Rose has got Jack, he's in the freezing water, she's and it's like, oh, I'll never let go, Jack. Eventually, hate to break it to you, you're gonna have to let go.
Because the bloody door wasn't big enough to 2 people, because one of them was fat. That's life for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes the door does not fit. And right now, it feels that the strategy that's been employed here by Deja Vu Tang Clan has been unsuccessful. And let's have a look at what really went wrong here, because...
What really went wrong? There's a lot of things, my friend.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. One thing I want to talk about, because we didn't really touch on it, and we haven't really talked about the top lane matchup at all. Well, an Ezreal top lane, and we didn't even get to talk about it, like, really. Like,
no, you're right, you are right.
But then again, what has Korean Sophia done this game?
Not died as many as times as everyone else, but I think that'll be another death on that Ezreal. Castica's coming up big for him. Kraft trying to get away, but Papa Sexy just died. Almost getting one shot by 1E. The smite comes down, nice. Emperor's Divide might save his life, but Mike's just laser-eyeing everyone in the face. It's not going to be enough, and that's his death. Crescent Guard coming through. Flash from the Stins out onto the Hecarim, but he still doesn't pick one up. Arbus is trying his best to deter the gangplank here. Silverback. But I don't think it's going to be enough as turrets fall around the map. Bramsh is trying to 1v1 Kraft. Under turret does take him down. I think he even lives that encounter, and this is the base. And it's going to go down. Arbus using that TP to try and save a turret, but no, it really hasn't worked. And they're just going to flash in and try. Oh, he picks one up in the end. But that is DVT, dead and buried.
And there you go. WSL very cleanly, very proactively play this game out incredibly well. They accelerate their gold lead. It's clinical League of Legends is how I expect League of Legends to be played by good teams. And WSL, they show us exactly why they should be considered a good team. And with that win, they will be starting to catch up to that free team tie, at the top of the table. So things really heating up in that top of the table clash thanks to this win. Deja Vu Tang Clan being the wild card to bring OP nerds back down to the level of us other mortals. And you know, unfortunately, Deja Vu Tang Clan unable to secure their other 2 games which were on stream. But you know, all credit to them. You know, they're trying out new stuff. They're trying to spice things up. It's the issue is, unfortunately, it feels like that they're throwing stuff at the wall until it sticks. Sometimes it sticks. In the last 2 cases, they've just kind of fell like flops.
Yeah, they have. But this is the thing about flipping DVT. When in just random games like that aren't streamed, they look really good. Apparently, I think that was when like they beat OP Nerds off stream. I think they beat PMA off stream as well. If yeah, it's just off stream.
No, they beat PMA on stream.
Did they?
Yeah, definitely did. Yeah, because I remember Korea Sophia played Pike Top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but the thing is, I don't know. Maybe they're just being crazy today.
I think they're just a very crazy team in general. That's kind of what we like here.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. this time it hasn't.
But yeah, what we've learned today, guys, the kind of lesson from the stream: anything can happen in Valance League.
You're definitely right
Especially when Deja Vu and Clan are involved. But for now, it will be the end of the Gold Plat stream. Join us next week, obviously Monday for Silver Gold and Thursday for Gold Plat. But for now, I have been Byron, your headcaster, and joining me, the wonderful Sir John Joe. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you. Yeah,
And,
thanks a lot, mate.
And we'll see you all on the flip side.
Yep. Good night and goodbye.